Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, honey, child, boo boo, honey. Okay, bitch? The Honorable Judge YB, honey, all rise, bitch. We're about to serve some last minute, some impromptu, honey. Hello, God. Truth and justice. I know y'all here. It is pouring down, honey. That means the gods are on my side. That means Storm, hello, God, the weather witch herself, girl, the Omega level threat bitch herself has summoned, hello, God, a tempest, girl. For we are the dawn. Okay, that defeats Apocalypse's night, honey. Hello, God. Get into it. Shout out to X Men 97 and shout out to Mother Goddess herself, Storm, bitch. Period. We're about to, something just hit my spirit. I'm off from work tonight. Hello, God. I took the night off, bitch. I'm starting to feel better, if you can tell. Hallelujah. Shout out to feeling better. Shout out to doping myself up with all that ibuprofen, girl. Shout out to the nephew for cooking and preparing the meals and helping his uncle out. Whether he admitted or not, he helped. I appreciate it. The soup was amazing. The food was amazing. He took care of me, even though it was with my fucking money, bitch. Period. But nonetheless, he took care of me. Thank you so very much. May you prosper. I am feeling better. I'm not 100%, but obviously, if you hear me talking like this and I feel like diving into a little bit of messy shit, bitch, you already know what to expect. I'm coming, okay? And I'm gonna give a little light, but I'm still gonna tug on some motherfucking wigs, okay? Here, girl, the spirit hit me. Girl, are you really gonna hello God, are you really gonna let these things fly over your head real quick? Girl, while it's in your spirit, hallelujah, bitch, we're gonna go ahead and deliver it onto the children, onto the congregation, onto the jury. Hello God. Court is about to commence, bitch. Take your seats, hello God, okay? And be prepared. Be prepared. Because we're gonna go down a little long lost history, bitch, on a raggedy hoe. Okay, period, girl. Welcome everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't done so by now, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you haven't, tap the notification bell. That way you'll be updated each and every time I'm uploading something new. Follow me on Instagram at YB Speaks. Hello, God. And girl, membership. Okay, I have one tier, $1.99. Get into it. We have content coming soon, girl, exclusive for members only, bitch. You do not want to miss it, girl. Okay, we're gonna get into the things. So again, I appreciate you guys for gathering with me on this late Monday Eve, girl. We're about to walk into Tuesday, Eastern time at least, honey. I know a lot of the girls that love me or y'all are on that central shit. So it's about 10:11 for y'all. It's 11:11 for me. Girl, we're going to address a couple of people, right? But the first one I want to address, and I'm going to take this down the road, honey. Do y'all remember the Hot Boys of Houston, bitch? Do y'all remember the real Hot Boys of Houston, right? hmm Well, they're, I don't know if I feel like it's public, girl. I'm going to talk about it anyway, honey. The girls are revitalizing the brand. They joined Revoice Girl down there to Miss Reese G. Cardi, she's not Cardi B, but she gets to the money. Oh, okay, period, honey. Shout out to those girls. May y'all live long and prosper, bitch. Shout out to Todd and shout out to whoever's running the Instagram page. I appreciate y'all hitting me up. I have been liking what you guys have been sending me because I do believe in support. I also do believe in when the hatchet was buried, the hatchet was buried. But, bitch, the hatchet was buried amongst me and you. But one of your lowly cunts of Pink Panther, Kermit the Frog, built ass cast members, I see is also going to be joining us again for this new ride and this new vision for the Real Hot Boys of Houston. And that person is Ashton. Girl, I don't think I ever got a motherfucking apology from you or that old loud voice cunt, that Barry White voice cunt that you were sharing that lowly ass, commentary ass segment on Instagram, bitch. And then y'all try to move it over to YouTube, girl. I don't know what happened, girl, but I guess the winds of winter, girl, have shut y'all down, covered y'all in cold, girl, and we just put y'all in grandma's basement, girl. Hello, God. We forget about you till 30 years later when her estate has been sold, and girl, you've been sold for 50 cents by some dumpster diving ass treasure seeker. Okay? Period, girl. The girls are coming back out, honey. From what I see, it looks pretty good. Okay. All the usual suspects seem to be reclaiming their time. There's some new ones up in there I haven't seen before. But when I saw Ashton come across my screen with that old nasty ass fucking 1975 ass Bill Cosby stubble ass around his face with those same shades and that same stench of alcohol, bitch, and bad decisions, girl, bye. No, ma'am. I know a lot of y'all are wondering because it has been so long. Yes, God, and since the girls have been on. And you might have forgot about my long lost beef with that cunt. Well, I'm going to take you down a little brief memory lane. That way, you girls will understand that YB Speaks Truth and Justice doesn't just come out of the woodwork for no goddamn reason. I don't come for your neck unless you sent for my goddamn feet, bitch. Okay, period, girl. And be mindful, because this is a size 12. It'll go up your ass so motherfucking far, girl, and come out your mouth, bitch. Hello, God, have you looking like you just spoke the words Dracarys onto the girls in the fight for motherfucking Rhaenyra Targaryen, girl, the first of her name, girl, to sit on the Iron Throne. Girl, let's get into things. So, many moons ago, if y'all don't know, I reviewed and I, assisted a lot in the bringing forth. Hello, God, the Justice League as well. Shout out to Kat, shout out to Ebby, shout out to Really B, shout out to El Teddy, Terrence, and Scotty, bitch, period. And we uplifted the girls and we did it genuinely. And, there were a lot of hiccups there. I'm not going to go into all that stuff because, again, hatches have been buried with me and Todd and some of the other girls. But this bitch right here, I don't remember the time where she publicly apologized for whatever fucking reason it was for coming at me. First of all, you raggedy ass Pink Panther built bitch. Hello, God. Always got to have a problem with something because you're a drunk whore. I don't know what you're doing with your life now. Maybe you've gotten cleaned up now, Samantha. I don't fucking know, girl. Maybe you got your shit together. Maybe those mall jobs, hello, God. You finally got your career back in teaching. I don't fucking know. But one thing I do know is that the way you came at me, and I know that I sound like this just happened yesterday, because when I saw that, when something can trigger you, girl, the PTSD, girl, of it all, it just came flooding back because I did forget. I forgot. Oh, girl, with a memory I have one of an elephant, girl. And it just triggered me, and I remembered that. The way in which that I was came for on every level. And it wasn't just by Ashton, it was by Todd too. But again, hatches have been buried. Todd has apologized. We've had conversation. We're all good in the hood, honey. But I don't remember Ashton ever apologizing to the doll. Okay? Now, reviewing their show, things got a little lost in communication because when you're dealing with drunk whores, things get lost. They take what you're saying and they're hearing one thing without hearing exactly what you said. I was uplifting the girls. I had real valid questions. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be real. Overall, if you ask a reviewer to be a part of your situation, especially a reviewer like myself, I'm going to treat y'all the way I treat y'all in reviews. Just because I had signed on to be the host, that because I signed on to be some kind of consultant, non-official in a non-official capacity, of course. The girls taking advice and, they see how a lot of us reviewers really do our thing out here and they like our constructive criticism and criticisms. But it seems as if it wasn't liked when they felt like I was coming for them. Replay the live back. Come to find out, YB was not talking shit. He was uplifting the girls. We were just some drunk bitches. So there was some apologies there. For some reason, it kept on going and going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. Then this girl had a show. She had a bunch of other rejects on there, girl. Girl, please. Let's just tell the truth, girl. We don't remember those girls. We don't know those girls. I don't know your names. I don't understand. Bitch, I barely remembered Ashton, girl, but until I saw him cross my wrist. Oh, that's a horse of the same color, bitch. I remember her. Yeah, girl. These are the same cunts who tried to get, well, they successfully did it. Me and Carl had a conversation. Member of my roundtable, bitch, over to your platform to interview him to ask questions about me. Why don't you send me the motherfucking link, bitch? Girl, please. And then, girl, love y'all girls down and no tea, no shade. And I know that she is gone and passed, and I know the girls love her. But D. Rashawn got him. I was doing a Yes God roundtable. For those that know the Yes God roundtable about peace, unity, building bridges of unity that needed, required, and desired for the community, bitch. D. Rashawn, again, may she rest eternally. Hallelujah, bitch. Hello, God. We ain't talking shit. We talking about the time. And during this time period, She brought it upon herself to get in my motherfucking live and bring up, oh, what do you have a response for Ashton? Do you have this for Ashton? Girl, we ain't even talk about that right now. Look at y'all, spirits of chaos and confusion trying to come into the Lord's place, bitch, and disrupt. Girl, please, we don't do that over here. Poof, be gone. I paid her dust. Read her for filth and read Ashton for the kept move about my day. Did a whole nother video reading you horse for the filth that you really are. Okay? Got my panel member, my friend over there, slipping up. He ain't realizing that they're baiting him at the time. And girl got you to talk that motherfucking bullshit. Again, me and you had that conversation. All is good in the hood, honey. I know no harm was meant. You didn't realize what was going on because you didn't know the beef between me and that whore. And let me tell you something, other enemies were made because a lot of you cunts don't know me. Y'all ain't work with me, y'all haven't collaborated, but you don't know who the fuck I am, bitch. But I know who I was. I was that person y'all bitches reached out to when you needed help to get your shit together. I was all kind of YB is this and YB is that in praise and worship, bitch. But girl, and you know what kills me too? No tea, no shade, and Ty, we're good. But we got to talk about the time period. Girl, I don't know who the fuck y'all girls thought y'all was anyway. Girl, please, I don't know who y'all thought y'all was anyway. If we want to tell the very real truth. Girl, the way in which the way the girls thought they were the tea. Girl, by my grace and my mercy, bitch, that saw y'all through, girl, we placed those confused ass feet, them unstable ass feet on a rock to stay. Stability. And when the court of truth and justice rendered a real opinion, bitch, about how things were being done towards the end, girl, y'all weren't living for it. You love the YB as the reviewer, but then when YB, the reviewer, has to give you the real review, y'all get mad at the girls. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. But yes, girl, that's the history of that. So I just thought about it and I was like, I would love to support, but I need that old crunchy face bitch to get her skinny Squidward built ass over here and to apologize to me publicly. Because I don't know what the fuck you were on during that time period, bitch, trying to comfort me. And none of you whores could have ever read me on my worst fucking day, bitch. I was sick as a dog the other day and went live and I replayed a little bit of that and I was chuckling. Even at my lowest point of sickness in my health, bitch, I'm out here roasting and gagging the girls. And even when you had all of your fucking problems of alcohol, bitch, surrounding you and all your little fucking friends with those fucking weird ass chalupa voices, bitch, sitting around this motherfucker trying to have conversation about me, trying to pull my people in. Y'all thought y'all were strategic, girl. Mm-hmm. But see, y'all are dealing with girls who are much smarter than what y'all was trying to give them credit for. But look here, I would love to support, right? I would love to support. I would love to let bygones be bygones. But I'm going to need that old whore. Hello, God. I'm going to need that old motherfucking hoe built bitch. I'm talking about a garden tool, bitch. Yes, I am. She still looks like she's suffering. Girl, hot bath, warm meal, haircut, bitch. Okay? Girl, we got to get you together like we did Glenn for that last season of Dallas, girl. She's still wearing them wool sweaters, girl. It is summertime, bitch. What the fuck, girl? It's hot. Girl, got my pussy itching. Thinking about that hot ass wool, girl. Just put it extra static, bitch, in the goddamn dryer, girl. I want to support, girl. I really do, and I really love that crew, especially what's the one that went to the military, girl? We get into those DMs here and there and get praise and worship. I like Ken. Ken was cool. I like August. August was cool. Bitch, Dre, he was cool. Girl, we found out he was a queen though, but you know what? He was still cool though. I had to get him together too though, because the girls was drunk. Each one of them had a little slay. We slayed most of them. But like I said, understandings were made later on. I don't want to bring all that back up, but in order to give y'all how it all is, some context to why I feel the way that I feel. I'm sorry, girl, but seeing that old squiggly line built bitch, yes, a regurgitated read made for Dre Simber, the one to not remember, girl. And you know what? I hope she's okay. What's wrong with her? You all right, girl? I know I made a comment a while back that seemed real insensitive and nasty word, but I really do hope that you're okay. Because if I don't see Candace Owens for a little while, I get a little worried. What's going on, girl? Are you okay, Dre? Drop a snowflake in the chat if you're okay, girl. I genuinely do care about your well-being. I hope you're all right. Maybe she found Christ our Lord, honey. Who knows, girl? Period. But I just need Ashton to apologize publicly. And all those other whores who were jumping in because that was your friend talking that shit, bitch, ain't none one of y'all hoes know me, ain't none one of y'all had a conversation with me to sit here and try to motherfucking jump on a bandwagon against YB Speaks Truth, the server of motherfucking justice, bitch. Because again, all of you Frosty the Snowman face built bitches, hello God, yes, bitch, y'all hoes be looking melted. Melted. Put the drink down, give your fucking liver a rest, bitch. Hello God, and maybe you might be able to motherfucking rejuvenate your youth, girl. Because a lot of y'all look bad, sad, like Whoopi Goldberg's pussy. Girl, bye. And yes, I'm coming down because it's fresh for me. It's like I remember most people that have done me wrong eventually have apologized. Even Roliana Rebel has we've locked step, honey, hello God, with apologies and niceties, girl. We can now be in the same room, well, virtual room. Period. There, Corday in his dead ass eye. We even came to a mutual understanding after so many years, girl. Period. If Corday can accomplish peace with YB, it's possible for anybody. Well, not that bitch Rico Casserole, and definitely not that whore Dre Simber. Bitch, that's never possible. I don't give a fuck, girl. I don't care if Jesus Christ Lord came down, girl, the mother of Mary, girl, the I am bitch came out, the angel of destiny and the angel of death said, girl, you have no choice. I'm sorry, girl, I'll take the consequences, girl. Obliterate my existence, girl. I have to stand on business, girl. And I know they say pride cometh before a fall, but girl, I guess I'll take that fall, bitch. And it ain't got nothing to do with pride either. Mm-hmm. Girl, Nick, and hopefully it lasts. I think it will, though. Our beef lasted way too long. Me and Roland, that shit dragged and dragged and dragged. And I'm not gonna lie, girl. I like getting into the messy spirit like we are here tonight, girl. Late at the midnight hour, serving truth and justice to these whores, girl. Like sometimes I like to get into it, and I know that I wasn't gonna pay this old Buffalo Soldier built bitch any does. Oh, before we move on to Aaron Wiles out and his cockroach mouth, hello got that open barbecue pit of a fucking mouth bitch that he has used to fix to talk about that he is the girl. He looks better than us. The Kiki Penu suits all. Bitch, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You walking fucking barbecue roast girl? Get the fuck out of here, ho. But I want to end this, Ashton, on all seriousness, babes. If this gets to you, and I'm quite sure there's a whore hovering in the ether, bitch. Hello, God. If this gets to you, bitch, come in my DMs and then we're gonna go live because you did that shit publicly. You tried. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all may have tried to come against me. I'm one. I don't need a panel. I don't need a motherfucking. I don't need nothing, girl. I just have people that genuinely fuck with me. I got riders, bitch. The Justice League, the Kiki panel, girl. I got riders. A lot of people that fuck me in the web series space. I got riders, girl. Period. The Court of Truth and Justice alone, bitch, will blow y'all hoes to smithereens. But I just want to let this be known. I don't know what the fuck y'all thought, but girl, it was never gonna get bad. And I remember that I think I did a one, you know me, girl. I overly do it. I OP the shit. Hate to bring this back up when I had to get Robert Ray together, girl. I OP'd it, girl. I had to drag it because I want you to remember why you are dead. I want you to remember before you raise up like a vampire, bitch. Shout out to the vampire in the chat, by the way, honey. Hello, God. But before that blood hits your motherfucking mouth, bitch, I want you to rethink about reviving. Is it worth it? Because again, I've yet to see a whore who could ever come to me. When have you seen a whore read me down for filth? Whether to my face, bitch, or on their own platform independently without me really knowing about it. I haven't heard it. I have all that same dry ass, fat, sweaty bitch shit, girl. Bye. The fuck? Girl, I've given all you hoes that deserve it old nasty piece of lifetime read, girl, that probably have stuck with a lot of you whores to this day. Have you hoes staring in the mirror, drinking and thinking, questioning your fucking existence after an old nasty tongue lashing by YB Speaks, bitch. But Ashton Kutcher, girl, let me tell you something. Hopefully you have changed your drinking on ways, honey. That old, vermouth girl and that old cheap ass motherfucking what the girls what was that called? Ooh. What was that liquor, girl? The girls used to literally die off that shit. It was colored. Oh my god, I'm so old to even bring this up. What is the name of that drink? If you know, you know. Someone please, if you put it in the chat, if it is what it is, I will know it offhand. What was that drink called? It came in different colors, girl, and it was cheap as hell, and it would get you drunk, girl. Not Four Locos, girl. That is see. I'm old cunt. I'm 38, bitch. Four Locos came out when I was like 22, 23. It predates that, girl. It's liquor, girl. It looks like Alizé. Not Everclear. Oh, what's up, Reese? How you doing, babe? Ooh, child, the girls are in the building. Reese said, girl, you're talking about the show on my platform, girl. Let me show up and show the girls what's tea. Maybe I'll share a link, girl. Let's turn it up, girl. Reese G, you want, not Cardi B, still get to the money, girl. If you want to hit the link, girl, when I'm done. Thank you so much. Ebby reviews. I had, in my spirit said Ebby would know. Mad Dog, bitch, 2020. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hello, God. Ann Arbor Mist, girl, was my tea. Girl, I remember going to Walgreens, girl, after a hard day of labor, girl. Going down to the Walgreens, girl, getting my Arbor Mist. You know, Walgreens have the 2 for $8, bitch. I don't know about now. You know, inflation. The 2 for $8, girl, that Arbor Mist. I swore I was some Desperate Housewives cunt, girl, relaxing down to the beach, girl. All right, girl, I know when it starts to rain, Floridians act like they don't know how to fucking drive. Next thing you know, fire department, these girls will skid it off the road, girl. May God bless y'all, but stop doing dumb shit. Okay, period. Still fighting this little bit of cold, girl, but I'll be fine. I feel good internally. Okay, period. But Mad Dog 2020, Ebby reviews, you win the prize, girl, period. Honest to God, I said in my mind, Ebby would know. Ebby would know because that's our kind of carrying on, honey. Bitch, it was cheap and it'll take you there. Was she nasty as fuck? Yes, she was. But girl, Mad Dog 2020 is exactly what's in her name. Bitch, overly going, girl, period. Overly going. But yes, for Miss Ashton, girl, may you rest. May you. Hopefully, you think upon this. I'm sure Reese will get you this clip, girl, and hopefully, I would love to expand my palette. And I am all in the world of forgiveness, right? When it comes to shit, because I actually seeing the new, the little trailers, the little things that I've seen. It's giving good quality. It's not giving people walking in the screen, girl. It's not giving I Know What You Did Last Summer or The Grudge, girl, type of footage, girl. Like some Chinese horror was gonna come out of the TV, girl, and snatch you in, girl. Okay, period. And next thing you know, you got Ashton breathing that old hot ass alcoholic breath on you, girl, melting your everlasting existence. But girl, Boone's Farm too now. Boone's Farm is good. Girl, I just realized something. I can't do sweet wines. I used to love me some pink Moscato, girl, but she is too sweet. And I used to love me some I used to feel real cunt walking into 7-Eleven asking for the Sauvignon Blanc, honey. Hello, God, Sauvignon Blanc, honey, down to the gas station, girl. I felt real fishy, bitch. Shut up to Funky Down Even, girl. I felt like regal fish, girl, just regal down to the Publix, girl. Can I Sauvignon Blanc, honey? Okay, hello, God. You know what is a really good drink I want y'all to try? I'm not a beer cunt, but this white boy turned me onto this years ago, and I drank it from time to time, and it is so delicious. Stella Artois beer, Hello God, or Miller High Life, right? 7 Up, if you can still find it anywhere, and crushed ice. Girl, do a cute pour of each. Oh my God, that drink is so. You have to have the crushed ice, preferably from Sonic, girl, or the shit that they have down to Chick-fil-A, girl. Like you need to have that particular ice. Trust me, it'll save your. It'll. Oh, it's so delicious. Period. Period. Girl, I'm gonna get Reese real quick because I want to get Reese online because I want to talk. I want to hear what's going on with this thing. Even if Reese can even talk about it, honey, I want to know. I want to know, honey, because Reese is the queen, bitch, of facilitating the girls. I remember even through all my years of shit talking against Reese G, honey, I will always say, and I've always given the props, bitch, that honey, no matter what was being said, Reese was gonna usher the girls to the platform. I will say that. Reese knew what was good for the goose was good for the gander. Some of the things these girls need to know around these parts. Miss Aaron Wiles out. I will get to you, bitch. You self-loathing cunt. Hello, you want to talk about Harviana in dark rooms? Girl, you look like you were hatched and birthed and raised in a dark room, bitch. Hello, God. You flightless eagle. Bitch, you fucking walrus. Girl, bye. Fuck wrong with you, ho? One of those dumb walruses that fall over the fucking mountains, girl, and they get crushed. Fucking 1,000 pounds of nothing. Girl, please. So sick of her. That old demonic mouth cunt. Oh, Jesus Christ. That girl had the nerve. She girl, and then they're out here spreading the virus, girl. The T virus, girl, knowing damn well that Miss Mila Djokovic is no longer starring in Resident Evil no more, girl, to come save the girls from the zombie outbreak. No God. Out here spreading that filth, hollering through that damn microphone and burned all his microphones, girl, with that Dracarys ass breath. You old toxic bitch. I'm so sick of her. She's a nasty piece of bitch. I can't stand her. And she's one of those Dre Simber whores where they go where they go lower than low, bitch. Because you don't know how to read, hoe. You're a nasty fucking display of uninspired ass motherfucking existence, bitch. Bitch, butterflies have more effects than you do, girl, and their lifespan is 3 fucking days for crying out loud. Fuck out of here, bitch. I think it's 3 days. It's a very short lifespan, bitch. Out here looking like a DC villain. Girl, if you don't sit your motherfucking bitch, he look like what's that thing? Clayface, girl. Sit your clayface ass down somewhere, bitch. You funky stank whore. She always opening her mouth against somebody, girl. And for no reason, I ain't do nothing to that bitch. You just want to sit your old dog face ass walking around here, girl. Girl, please. Bitch, please. Don't you need like a therapeutic shoe or something? Didn't Harvey say them Reeboks were busting out the seams, girl? They were screaming for heaven and earth, speaking Chinese, English, girl, motherfucking Spanish, girl, Korean, girl. Girl, bye. Get that shit out of here, ho. Multilingual ass shoes. Girl, please. Your shoes got more etiquette and education than you do, you yuck mouth cunt. So sick of her. Girl, please. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Built ass. Fucking nasty Homer Simpson laying in the motherfucking bed eating donuts and shit, bitch. You're a nasty whore. A real nasty whore. Yeah, bitch. Rolling around eating it when you wake up in the morning, bitch. Fuck a snack. The snack is in your motherfucking titty, bitch. It done caught the motherfucking crumbs of that nasty ass fucking food you had from those depressing ass fucking taco stands around your fucking way, bitch. Little do you know, girl, y'all love New York so much, but girl, they feeding you your own the rats, bitch. Those cat rats that be attacking y'all Chinese restaurants, bitch. Yeah, girl. What do you think is that? That's not egg foo young, bitch. That's rat kukung, bitch. And that's why you're so fat and rabid, bitch, walking around here like you got motherfucking rabies, bitch, foaming out the mouth with that hot ass, Jakarish ass breath hole. Girl, please, you old toxic bitch. Fucking acid breath whore. Girl, bye. You could never stand in the paint with me, you depressing slut. Actually, my bad. Calling her a slut would be a fucking praise, bitch. Let's just tell the motherfucking truth. She wishes she could be a slut. She said, OYB, don't you have all these niggas to go fuck? You're just like that old sorry bitch and Dario girl with that loose skin bitch walking around here like a motherfucking klepto lizard bitch. Had the nerve and audacity to watch all my content to beat those crusty, disgusting night creature built dicks, bitch, because you're a lonely cunt. You wish that you had the kind of presence that I have with Trade. Girl, please. You relish at my stories. And you whores will be getting those memberships too, just so you get the exclusive content, honey, so you can continue to use your fucking sister or your fucking grandmother's Vaseline, girl, on those shriveled up dicks that no one wants a piece of. They don't want that old tainted ass booty hole bitch that looks like someone has separated the goddamn fucking Earth's core and the mantle, girl, and hot lava poureth onto the girls of that diuretic ass booty hole. Girl, bye. You're a disgrace. You're a disgusting motherfucker, girl. Every day is Halloween for an ugly bitch like you. You scare everyone. That's why you're living in a basement, bitch. That's why when Harviana came around, you didn't act like you knew. I'm trying to keep you out of this, Reese. I see you up here, baby. I'm trying to keep you. I want to separate the two. I don't want nobody to think you know how they do around here, honey. I'm gonna bring you up in just a second. I apologize. I don't want to play on your time either. But let me finish reading this old gargantuan ass motherfucking creature of the night built ass bitch. Girl, you look like you smell like some sour ass pickle eggs, bitch. You are a nasty motherfucking fermented cheese blend whore. You are a nasty motherfucking 3-day old left out in the goddamn sun, roasting in a pig ass type of bitch. You need to shut your fucking mouth, whore. And maybe if you would have played the game like you were supposed to and be a real genuine motherfucker, you'd have some friends around here. But you stinking, nasty, ranking ass whore. What poureth from you is not just bad hygiene, it's your fucking spirit, bitch. You're a toxic walking fucking totem, bitch. You are an ogre. Princess Fiona and Shrek and the dragon and Donkey wrapped up into one motherfucking character, and it's not even funny. You are a slow whore. You bitch, you girl, I get more inspiration from mudslides, bitch, and slow motion, girl, than I do from any type of content you ever put out, bitch. Fuck is wrong with you, whore? Not even subscribe to your raggedy ass channel, bitch. Which this makes number 3 that the girls have taken down because you're a loudmouth cunt who doesn't know how to motherfucking do real commentary and present well, have couth about yourself. You disorganized, chaotic bitch. Girl, please. You have the motherfucking ADHD of a goddamn squirrel, bitch, trying to collect nuts for the winter, you broke ass slut. Again, giving her way too much. You're not a slut. You're a gremlin whore. You're mad at everybody else because, girl, growing up, you were left out. You were that slow, fucking Hey Albert built ass motherfucker coming off the bus with those extra special clucky ass horseshoe ass shoes, bitch. You're a nasty, nasty spirit. And it pours from your fucking chicken blood ass, old ass grease veins, bitch. Fuck out of here, ho. Anything else for her? Anything else for her? All right, girl, let's get to Reese G. What you doing?
The girls are reading tonight.
Honey, you already know how I'm coming, honey. I don't have time, and I'm not playing with these bitches. Ever since last year, I don't know what happened to me, but I said to myself, it's all about gonna just be truthful, cut to the bullshit. I'm 38 years old now, no longer going to lie and you not lie, but like just not be what the people need. We're all way too old to be cutting the bullshit. So I
Oh,
said to myself, let's be
absolutely.
more straightforward. And a lot of these
Hmm.
cunts, they around here thinking they can live and they don't need to live. They need to just go ahead and pack it the fuck up and do like Dracula or that Jeepers Creepers bitch every 28 years, bitch. You come out then. Wait 28 years, bitch.
Hmm.
Now it's time to go to rest. Period. So how are you?
I am peachy, wonderful, great, and awesome as a Georgia
Now
peach.
Amen. Now, first, I'm not a fake bitch. I know the last time, I know you hover in the ether, and I've had a lot of, different commentaries and things to say. So I hope you know we're good. I just certain things I have to bring up in regard to the past, and it just comes out, and then I get passionate all over again. So I just really hope, like deep down inside, there's no like taking it personal, even though the way I come at it may seem that way.
About with me?
Yeah, girl. Like,
Oh,
girl,
what you
when
say?
all this
I
stuff be going up with
listen.
Dario happening and all this other shit was going on over the past year with Orlando, certain things would come up that would behest us to have conversations about production styles in the past. People who are
Mm.
who are close to the brand, as yourself, Oliver, Q, and a bunch of other people that have since left the platform by way either against thy will or the fact that they just left because girl, Chase's been going through their thing, girl, and them girls need help. But that's neither here nor there. I
You
just
know,
wanted to have.
I mean, listen. When it come down to all of that, you know, I have been fully vindicated.
Mm,
So, listen, I just am living my life, minding my business, and drinking my water and putting on my rider check and water, 2 bottles of
mm,
Voss, and that's all I've been focused on. So, whatever them people got going on over there is what they got going on over there. I just sit in my own little corner in my own little chair and watch the girls try and come to Dallas and fight.
mm. Coming to fight.
Is there a
Sure.
question there?
Um,
Who Who came to
Not
fight?
really, not
Oh,
really so far with the chase and reality aspect. I really just seeing Revoice being the platform that Real Hot Boys of Houston is going to be coming back out on.
hmm.
What was that conversation like with Todd to bring it over there and to revamp the situation?
So, my whole journey has been to my efforts to bring some type of unity back to the space, or just some type of what's the word I'm looking for? Let's stick with unity for a second, back into the space. So I just have been thinking to myself, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to everybody that I would want to work with in the space, see who say yeah, and if they say yeah to working, then let's get to work. And so me and Todd and I, excuse me, have been in communication for a while. Since the show came out, we stayed in contact every now and then, and among other people. And so I asked him, I said, so what's going on with the show? Because I had been reached out to years ago to work with the Hollywood franchise of the show. And the person that had reached out to me was a little, we had some bad run-ins. And so I was just like, I don't know so much if I want to work with you, because I don't want to go through all of that. So when I reached out to
You talking
Todd,
about
we
Malcolm?
yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I was just like, I don't want to, because I always, I be lurking, I looking and
Oh, I know
peeping
you do,
shit.
honey. Huh.
And because I have to. It wouldn't be me if I didn't, because you have to know what's going on in a space that you help pioneer. Hello.
Oh, excuse.
And
No, that's right.
it's only about 5 or 6 of us that help pioneer. But
I know. No matter what I've said or how I read y'all, I always gave the things needed, required, and desired. I'm always gonna be honest about that.
And so when we had the conversation, I honestly can't even remember how it came about, like what the conversation was that sparked it. But I just asked him, never mind, I lied just then. Somebody else had reached out to me with a show and wanted me to help them bring it back. The communications went lax, and then he popped up on my feed one day, and we just started communicating in the DMs. And I was like, well, what are you doing with the Houston show? Because I had another project in Houston that I was doing. And he was like, well, it's there. And I was like, well, what about a licensing deal? And he was like, let's talk about it. So we talked about it. And I was like, okay, well, this is what I would want to do if we do this licensing deal. What are the terms? Because I know that people are going to be like, ooh, girl, what's going on? What's happening? And when he said yeah to it, I said, okay, well, I want to take the show. Let me see what footage you have. And I want to reintroduce it with me and my team on Revoice and give it a new perspective, so to speak, a nostalgic moment. So it coming back is going to be more on the lines of like a Laguna Hills, The Hills, Baldwin Hills. You remember those shows back, and I really have noticed. So I went to LA, had some conversations with some people, and that's what people are looking for, because I'm still working towards my Emmy and my GLAAD award. That's what I want. And so when I heard that that's the type of nostalgia that'll kind of get my foot through the door with some other people, I was like, okay, well, let's try this out. And so August the 2nd, we got a new vision of the Real Hot Boys of Houston. And then hopefully, if it does well, based on, my Richter, if you will, then, we might do a season 2 in Houston. I definitely want to franchise to Dallas. And there's a conversation about Chicago, because if you remember when I was doing the show in Chicago.
I
And
remember, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, people are still around and everything, but I just been really minding my business and drinking my water, you know what I'm saying?
Mm. No, I hear
Because I
you.
see a lot of people in the space are kind of just staying right. They on this hamster wheel of doing the same thing over and over again, and I think it's time that now, since we all excuse me, since some of us have been in the web reality space, come out of the web reality space, done other things, I feel like it's time to kind of get back in there and do some things, which is why, I'm doing a reunion for one of the young bucks coming up that's in the web reality space. So, help the
Okay.
people. I'm editing for other people. I am also, there's something I want to talk to you about. I don't want to say it here, but there's something I want to talk to you about that I really think is going to really, really, really help the vloggers, the new editors who want to come to play that I've been working on ever since I stepped down from the nonprofit I was running. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm
What
really excited.
makes I know you said it's giving like Baldwin Hills. So what makes can you go into a little bit more detail because I don't know if you know the history of the Real Hot Boys of Houston. There was no consistency. There was a lot of quality issues. There was a lot of cast control issues. There was just a concept storyline, like really like bringing things into fruition. Like honest to God, like I'm saying this public because I said it publicly. And again, no tea, no shade, Todd. But like when I was brought in to be the host they want to do a virtual reunion, but they wanted me to. This is how dysfunctional it was. They wanted me to be the host. They wanted me to do a reunion without having the last two episodes, and that whole thing has started a bunch of different things. Like because I'm giving like how I give it up like behind the scenes like I'm gonna have a real conversation with you. I'm gonna actually break this down on why and again I'm not the end all be all. No reviewer is. But when you kind of navigate the space for a long time, you kind of can pick up where you see other greats, i.e., a chasing, or i.e., a come up, or i.e., certain people have actually done really well in their space. Obviously, the queen herself, not Reese G, not Cardi B, but she gets the other money. Okay. I
Okay.
always mess that up. I always mess that up. I can use my tongue for everything else but that. Hello, God.
Okay.
Okay. But like we see those things. So like, what will get those people who had a bad taste in their mouth about the original Hot Boys of Houston and now seeing it revamped? What will get those people to come back and say, let's give this a try?
I don't know what would make them come back, but I do know that people are looking for long form content, reality based content from me. So my focus is to give the people what they want. The trailer is performing very, very well. And that's where my mind is at because I will never be able to appease all the naysayers that once was against me, but now there is room for me to give the people what they want. You know,
Mm.
as far as inconsistencies and things like that, I mean, I can't speak on that, but my efforts is going to be to have the whole season will be completed before we air, so we can drop on
Well, now
time.
that they have experience behind them and a platform and someone that knows, kind of like what they're doing. I'm not being shady. It's just now you have help. Before it was
Hmm.
just Todd.
Hmm.
Sitting down at McDonald's uploading episodes that took a million
Hmm.
years to get there. No tea, no shade, all facts. But like
Hmm.
now you have that. So I hope that he is grateful. I hope that they all are grateful that they get another opportunity because I actually do like a lot of what I've seen.
Thank you.
And
You.
I'm interested in having maybe not reviews but conversations about it, but again
Hmm.
personally I was burned by the platform, and but
Mm.
before I could do that I saw Ashton come across my screen,
Hmm.
and I'm petty like that. I refuse to talk about this platform until that
Hmm.
bitch publicly apologizes to me.
Hmm. Well, I will say that when it comes down to the cast, and you know how I work, when
Mm-hmm.
it comes down to the cast, one thing that I can say about how I'm going to do it is going to be a lot of narration, like Laguna Hills had a lot of narration to carry the
Okay.
story along because there are missing pieces. So, and that was because of, production things, behind the scenes things, which I asked all those questions like, girl, what happened? What is this? How did this? Who did this? And all of that. There was a lot of fighting that happened that
Mm.
stopped production on top of when you have all of that stuff and then online stuff. Me personally, I'm not looking for all that online stuff or whatever happened. Like me knowing, like you saying everything between you and Ashton, this is my first time knowing about
Right,
that.
I understand.
And so, I'm not focused on that. What I'm focused
Mm.
on is challenging myself to put out something that could be perceived as a docu-series to help build my portfolio so that I can go somewhere else. You get what I'm saying? Take it to another level. That may sound selfish, but it is what it is.
I
When
was
it
just
comes
about to be
down,
like, I know Risa said it's all about me, bitch.
no, it really is. I mean, it's literally it's I mean, it's literally all about me only because it's all about me and people that want to fuck with me the long way. Because a lot of
Mm,
people have tried to you've seen the smear campaign and it failed. You've heard about the whispers and things like that, and those failed. And so for me, everybody has always wanted me to bite back and push back and be the supervillain and all that stuff in real life because I was a little soft when I moved to Dallas. Because on camera is only a part of me. Because, when you're put in a situation with other people, you have to react to other people. And so now it's all about how can I keep my cup full and then pour out those that want to come along with me. There are people that were a part of the cast that said that they don't want to be a part if it come back. There were people on the cast that told Todd not to do a deal with me. But Todd and I have had really, really good conversations. We have a really good relationship and it's growing. So that's really what I care about. As far as any cast members that want to come back and things like that, there's no talks right now about a season two, but there will be a great season one and footage that people have never seen
mm,
before and footage that people have seen before. And basically, if you could imagine how Zeus had the Black China show and then it went to WeTV and how they licensed that, but still kind of
mm-hmm.
added the WeTV ness of it. That's what I'm
Right.
doing with Real Hot Boys of Houston. And then yeah, and then everybody else can kiss my ass if they don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm at in
Mm-hmm.
life. I'm
I
leading
hear
into
you.
my supervillain era. The Scorpio is activated. My intuitive empath is on 1,000, and I don't really care about if you're not trying to help the web reality space thrive. Whether that's arguments that lead to reconciliation, whether that's just arguments in general, because that helps the web reality
Mm,
space. Whether you're reviewing, but after that, I'm tired of seeing people take advantage of the web reality space, come into it, and try to um, use it as a money grab, especially with that
mm.
award show. That pissed me
Oh,
off. That pissed me off
girl.
extremely. And whenever I speak on something, y'all know I be right. You know what I'm saying? And I had told y'all, I told them, this is not something, some in the pudding just don't taste right. And then boom, here we go.
I didn't hear
And
that. I wish someone would have said something, girl, because I would have not have promoted not a damn thing. This man came in the middle of the night and took everything but the pussy child and said, "Girl, y'all 2 days before, girl, y'all are left lost without a coin," as Dominique Morgan would say.
okay. I'm lost without a coin. And that really
Child.
bothered me because one award show has done it successfully and they're still doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's odd to me for things like that to happen. How can you do a web reality show to honor web reality people, but you're
Mm,
not a part of the web reality space? You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Which is why
mm.
I've been working on a very good safeguard to put in place because it's needed now. And yeah,
We do
it,
need something. That's why I think a lot of people were excited because I don't think I've seen during my time in the web series space alone though, like it's very rare we get an influx of people, and I feel like in the past several years since the popularity of the web reality space
mhm.
made popular again, I will definitely give you and Dario, Markel and Karan. I got people have to give y'all things for that. Like when all of y'all are synonymous with legendary work that's been provided in this space, and I think a lot of the award shows, a lot of things that y'all been recognized for, say that. We were ready
Mhm.
for something like this that brought that level of record that um, no Tino Shea. I feel like it's a smaller gathering at the with the other girls. I don't really see much from them, and if I do, it's involving some of the same people. If I just want to tell the truth, this seemed
Mhm.
like very broad, and I think that's what got people excited. Like, oh, this is a large mix. This is going to be some of everybody that is going to descend in one place. People are going to finally get a chance to meet their favorite content creators. And girl, lo and behold, we're still trying to get Beyonce and them 16 carriages to go hunt that bitch down to get that money back.
Well, And the thing about it is, we have to understand that right now for the web reality space, my goal is to go ahead and shake down the bitches that really ain't here for that. All the girls that
Mm,
are just here for recognition for themselves, the producers that are here just for their own clout, the people that are here and not. I have never in my life, since the past 3 years, seen so many shows come out and nobody used the platform that they have been on to actually succeed. How you a rapper and ain't putting out no music? You get what I'm saying? My
mm,
artists charted because I pushed them. You get what I'm
mm.
saying? If you were selling, everybody had a requirement to sell a product. You're not just gonna come up here and just argue. You're not on Bad Boys and Baddies. They
Honey,
get
and
paid.
even if a bitch couldn't advertise their own, you would do it with the long nail diva. You would
Hello.
do and all the girls advertising just to make it happen. I
Mm-hmm.
would always give you your things, honey. Even when it came down to community liaison type of work and getting out there like you did with that lemon squeeze season, you built and developed those relationships with those store owners. Quid pro quo vibes. Y'all were able to do your things. I have not seen any real community. That was one of my biggest issues with Orlando, and I see it with Atlanta too. Like, okay, it's good to get those sponsorships from these health centers. That's great. But girl, let's just tell the truth. I'm tired of us being tied to and tagged to health centers. Every time
Well,
people think
and
of black gays, they think of all the STDs in the world. They think of, bitch, you need to go to, you need to go get checked. And although that may be true because we are some whores out here in the streets of life, people get tired of that shit. Where is the community grassroots fundraising and saying, hey, I see LGBTQ black ownership like you
Mhm.
saw, and you were able to go out there and commune with the girls. Hey, I'll advertise y'all. Y'all give us this venue to do such and such. Like that's how you build it, and that's exactly what I
Mhm.
would like to see more of. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but where is the LGBTQ involvement when it comes to outreach, fundraising, and being publicized by way of LGBTQ Black owned and ran platforms?
and I vividly remember a conversation about wanting to. This was probably season 2 of Chasing Dallas, having a conversation about, hey, I just met all these people with the Pride Parade. We should probably, get a sign and do a walk in the Pride Parade. And I was told no. That I should have
Mm,
took a sign there. But with
mm,
me running a nonprofit, a national nonprofit, being the first Black chairman and president of that, and learning so much, I said, okay, well, now it's time for me to go ahead, step down from there, and get back to where the people know me. And it's needed. So there are too many people that are gatekeeping to me that are
mm,
popping in the space that should not be gatekeeping. And
mm,
the simplest of gatekeeping is just saying it's just resources. And so you can ask anybody that has ever asked me, how do you do this? What camera should I get? And all of this stuff. I've always told them, even though I may not have the money to get those things, I'll still tell you, hey, this is what you do. I consult all the time to get somebody where they need to get to, if that makes sense. And I think that it's time out for, you can't be fab and you come into a city that you don't live in to fight. You get what I'm saying?
mm.
Like you can't
Period.
be fab and you're not using funds to build. You get what I'm saying?
Mm,
And so that those things are a problem to me. And so I thought to myself, let me give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's just they don't know how to or what to do. And so as I've been quiet and sitting in my own little corner in my own little chair, there's something coming. And now that I'm ready, for sure ready, it's going to be a lot of announcements very soon, which is why we going to have a conversation separate. But
okay.
yeah, I just really think that it's time out because I feel like the web reality space could be kin to like the indie film space. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Be equivalent to like you got mainstream reality television, then you got the indie space, and I think that
Can I
we.
ask you this? I'm sorry to cut you
Mhm.
off,
Yeah, go ahead.
and we'll get to Harvey on it. I'm sorry. How you doing, boo?
Hey, good.
Hey, girl.
I just when is it time, or do you ever see that there will be a time where one of these platforms will get picked up by mainstream, or do you think mainstream said, you know what, we already clocked y'all formula, we'll just create our own? Like, could that be the reason why? Because like it's almost 10 years now, girl.
It is 10 years, no shade, because it'll be 10
Yeah.
years for me in September.
Mm.
Um, I don't believe that people in the web reality space unfortunately think further than YouTube, which is fine because YouTube is still is the number one streamer, you know,
Yeah,
for
that's true.
content like that. So I mean, it is a good place to be, but there has been so much toxicity within the space that makes it seem as if, oh, you doing a free show. Yeah, I did a free show that I funded myself and I am who I am. You get what I'm saying? And I've been
Right.
able to meet all these different people and transcend past it. And so I think that the problem is that a lot of these producers take advantage and use and exploit their cast members, unfortunately, which is wrong. Because like if I'm
Mm.
gonna exploit you, at least I'm gonna get you some money and put money in your pocket. And people know I'm notorious for making sure the girls get paid. It may not be from a show, but I'm gonna get you a booking. I'm gonna have a contract right. You may not like me because I'm gonna read you and I'm gonna be the one to take the spotlight, but at the same time, let's
Oh,
figure it out. So I think that what people should make a pivot towards is not trying to get your show that you produce on YouTube on a mainstream network or streamer. I think that you should use what I've been doing and what I have done, which is how I've worked with Now That's TV and other people is they look at what I have done and I say, okay, this is what I've done. So can I come in and do this? I ask for what I want. And anybody that says that they're not wanting to put their show on a mainstream or big or get bigger needs to have a conversation with themselves in the mirror because I don't believe that. So I don't think that they should think of that because everything is a carbon copy of what's already major. If you have
she
Love and Hip,
definitely said that.
you get what I'm saying? If you have Love and Hip
Mm.
Hop, and then you do a carbon copy of Love and Hip Hop, but just make a little tweak, why would somebody want to see that?
Exactly.
When I did my balloon pop show, and then I saw the Netflix live version, you could see elements of what all the balloon pop shows had in that particular version. And I was like, okay, well, at least I know I'm going in the right direction. I just don't have the right connect. So I
Mm.
think that if we give access to how to do something, then we can prosper. Because I mean, I got a lot of children from the web reality space that I have birthed. Hello,
Mm.
if we
Mm.
want to talk about it. And I at this point, I'm
Versiana,
gonna just
honey.
call a spade, and that's just what it is. But I think that if somebody wants to go mainstream, then cool. But I think that everybody's thinking about, oh, I want to get money, or I want to be popping, I want to go viral, I want to be TikTok famous and things like that. And they're not thinking about, oh, let me be innovative and think of something that I've never seen before on television, which is why the revamp of Real Hot Boys is going to be completely different from what you guys originally saw. I'm challenging myself so I can best myself. Thank you,
Well, the good
Beyonce.
news is it was so long ago, as a famous Mariah Carey song points out, honey. We don't remember, girl. Shout out to Todd in the chat, but it's probably a good thing,
Hey,
girl. You
Todd.
get to start over, bitch. A phoenix
Hmm.
rising from the ashes.
And I really appreciate producers in the space like Ty, like Nunu, who are like, you know what, I'm not fan. I'm gonna work with you. Let's do some work. Because what I've noticed is when I come in to do work, all I need is my check and my water. Thank you, Nene. So when I
Mm.
want to come and do some work with you, let's do the work. I don't need you to be looking at my past or thinking about how I fell out with this person or that person. And honestly, nowadays people put all that away because everything that I said has come true and come to light, and I've been vindicated in multiple ways. So now it's like I got a clean slate, so I'm finna clean house. Let's make an effort to clean house and also get the web reality space back to what we first know it to be. People doing
Mm.
press, people doing interviews, people going out and getting bookings, people, souping up the red carpets, appointment television. Because seasons 1 through 3 of Chasing Dallas was appointment television. And
The
people were
way
mad when they
the
didn't see it on time.
organization, it was so seamless. The way that, especially the height of the Justice League, like the way in which, like again, you were problematic during those time periods, but it didn't matter
Mhm.
because you were sending the girls to the platforms. Hey, get y'all ass up here, get y'all ass up here, make it pop. Do what y'all got to do. Make
I
yourself
did
be
my
known.
job.
Do
I did
y'all
my
thing.
job, and I
It
did my
was
job
every week.
well.
Well, I think we were doing like 3 interviews a week. Like we were busy, bitch. Like it was almost like real Breakfast Club, tea. It was that. That's what we really are for the girls.
Hmm. And those things work because when you the first conversations I would have with people I was like, hey, I want you to be on this show. My question is, what? Okay, so what do you want? And I'll tell you if I can get it for you, if I can't get it for you. Now you know, and I'm gonna say it. I've created TikTok stars. I've created charting artists. I've created viral TikTok stars, commentators, producers, podcasters. But it's not, and I'm saying all that just to toot my horn because nobody else really does it anymore for me outside of people like you that know. So I'm a toot it. And so now it's not that I'm just flexing, but it's like you have to look at the passion. You may not have liked me personally or had something, you may not have liked me, but at the end of the day, the business was done right. Late episodes didn't happen like that with me. No shade. This is no shade. And the reason why it didn't happen is because I was passionate about delivering for my cast members. I was passionate about working with my editor and saying, hey, what do you need? How do I up to 3 and 4, 5 o'clock in the morning? Falling asleep. Those things you have to put in that work and then not expect for other people to do the work for you. You know, train for the job you signed up for.
Oh.
Amen. Harviana, what's the tea, honey?
Oh, okay. Hey. So let me before I start doing what I do. What's the nature of this? Is it to promote Hot Boys Houston, or this just kind of a recent because he's resurfaced back on the web in the web space and clicking the link again?
Well, no, my original portion come up here. So I saw I know the Hot Boys of Houston page has been sending me
They sent
their
me this too.
their
Yeah.
promos and stuff, and I saw, and I was thinking about actually, my history with them. So
Mm-hmm.
I would, and it just I had a, me, I'm a petty bitch, and I react quickly to things. So I was like, let me just go ahead and go live real quick because I saw Ashton and his peasy face ass walk across my screen, and I was like, oh girl, like I just remembered that long ago beef that we had. So I just wanted to come on here and read him, and then I was like, I might as well read Aaron while I'm at it, and I have someone else that I got to
Yeah,
read
I
it
heard Aaron part.
later on, honey. But no, it was just that, and then Reese was in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, it's Omri Boy, so let's Reese come up." And also, Reese is
Hey.
also the queen of bringing the girls together. So at some point, I do hope that Reese can get Ashton to come up and do a public apology live with me because I want to review the product, but I'm being a petty bitch. That whore and her peasy face ass needs to apologize to the queen.
I do want
Well,
to hear.
I mean, so I have not talked to cast members. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I don't need to talk to cast members. If they reach out to me, then I'll oblige. But my conversation was only with the creator of the Real Hot Boys
And he just
brand.
reels in the girls. I hear you.
And so he has been sharing with them because what I don't like is I don't want people to relive what they went through because I know how that feels. Now that I'm
Ugh.
healed and better, stronger and better, I really am focused on because I'm not gonna tell you to review it, but I'm gonna hope that you watch it so then we can have private conversations about what do you think I should. You know how I'll message you and say what you think I need to do. What do you think? How
Right,
could I do
right.
this better? What did I do wrong? And have those private conversations because at the end of it, if I do well, everybody does well that I'm working with, and so that's all I'm focused on. Um, I'm not trying to clean up no messes or
No, I
do
get
anything
you.
like that.
I get
Now,
you. I
now
get
when we
you.
get to a season two, let's just say we do a Real Hot Boys season two, and it's a completely new cast and revamped or some people, then they're gonna have to understand how I work because
Mm.
at the end of it, it's beneficial to how I work. And the proof is in the pudding. But
Now
I
you know
don't
Reese is saying all this stuff. The girls could say that's a takeover spirit, babe.
I don't care.
At least you're
Because
living in it, girl. Let's tell the truth.
I
Hey.
mean, let's
Oh,
I mean,
many
if it is a
revamps
takeover
though.
spirit, let's be very let's talk about it. If it's a takeover spirit, every time I took over, what happened? We went
Okay,
up.
let's talk about them. Okay,
Mhm.
so you have produced the morning after show, and I don't hear anything going on with that. Now,
Right.
before you respond, I do want to say I actually like the idea of the show. It was like the wake up morning. That was a great. I think it was a great time slot. I would have done some adjusting with the cast of who you had there, the panelists. But overall, like I was like, this is the opportunity for Reese to win because you know me, me and YB them late night whores who kind of do the late night mess. So you got got your topics in the morning when you wake up driving to work, and then you got the rest of it at a YB Live, Kiki Pamela, whatever. So why is that show not coming back, or is it coming back?
No, it's not coming back. Um, I'm a person that I know when it's not working. If it's not working for me, it's done. And so when I dissolved the show, I had conversations with all three hosts and I said, hey, this is not working. People aren't showing up on time. People are inconsistent. People getting tipsy. People not knowing what to do. So I'm good on that. But what I can do for you is, do you want to do something else? I had conversations with all three. CJ said, yeah, he wants to do something else, but as he works a lot. He's doing his own thing. Oakland said, "Well, help me do this." I don't talk to D'Angelo anymore. So
Yeah, and I need
for
to talk
me,
to you about that because you
Mhm.
said that D'Angelo should be back on Crew Dallas, and that was your bestie.
Yeah, I
Well,
thought y'all were good. What happened with that?
he wasn't my bestie. We were
Oh,
very close, and
wait,
I'm
wait,
down for my friends.
wait,
And
before you say that, I remember being sent alive when he had fell out with the boy who left, feces all around or whatever.
Oh
You
yeah,
up
Xavier, his
at
nasty
the house,
ass.
cried on your shoulder, all the things, honey, and now you're saying that that's not your friend?
not anymore. No, at the time, yeah, but not anymore. And reason being is when people show me, when people show you, I believe them. But the things that were happening during that time within our friendship, it just wasn't conducive to where I'm trying to go. And
Did that
so
include sleeping with the same man or trying to?
sleeping with the same man.
Yeah, one y'all both. I forgot his name. The real hunk of United Airways or something. I mean, Southwest. The boy.
Oh no, 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 no. You talking about Trey Womack? No, me and Trey.
Yeah.
That was years ago. And crazy thing is, I found out that night that date had happened, and me and D'Angelo had already been friends for maybe a year. No, we was friends for
Girl, did
at
you ever
least
put
a
a tax
year.
lien on that tub, girl?
When you got a man, my man, my man, my man, at the time you
Nah, I
do what
hear
you're
you,
supposed to do for
girl.
your man. But
I hear you.
but yeah, I wish him well. He's doing great. He's up in the skies. And
Yeah.
whenever
Oh,
we see
what?
each other,
He do
He's no
like
longer with us?
no, no,
no
no, no,
up in
no.
the
He's a
skies.
he's a
He
flight
flies.
attendant. He's
Oh,
an
He's
air
flight
host.
attendant.
He's an air host.
oh, is he dressing like Mary J. Blige?
Mm,
I don't know if he
yeah.
dressed like Mary
No,
J.
he
Blige.
get bodies. They get body and arms and all that other stuff, child.
No, honey,
So
did you see that season Harveyana when he did the drag show dressed like Mary J. Blige? Child, he was busting out the seams, girl.
Oh my
okay,
God. Is it
that
worse
was a
than mother?
that was an epic
It
episode.
was
I
it
love
was
that episode.
actually, yeah, it was,
For my birthday party. And then even with that innovation, because that club,
yeah.
crazy thing. So that club, when we did that party, that was on a Thursday night. That was the biggest Thursday night they had in years. No shade. And then they booked three of us to come back, and they paid us to come and perform again. So yeah, I'm finna go get the money. That's what I like to do. But yeah, me and D'Angelo, I haven't seen him out. I don't care to see him out.
Oh,
But I wish him. I don't wish no hurt, harm, or danger to him. If he calls my phone, I might answer.
oh.
Um, but yeah,
Now let me
like
ask
when
you this
people
too.
when I call you friend, and then you double cross me, and then I lock stuff away, and then I get the evidence, and I get the receipt. Cause y'all know I'm the queen of receipts. But then cause I need to see the proof. Once I get the proof that was in the pudding, oh yeah, we good.
Now, like, let me here's some things I want to couple with you. So the another thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been told to me, you say that you were such about community and helping out the girls out. It's
I
been
am.
told to me that you have been stopping funding for Dallas. Like they can't film in certain locations, they can't get certain money because you were shutting all that shit down as it relates to Chasing Dallas. If you are about community, then why are you hindering the platform from progressing?
That's a lie. I've
You
never done
know.
that. I've never done that. I've never stopped them access to places. I never stopped money from funding from going to them. I don't even know nothing about funding going to them. If they were to call me, then I could tell them how they can get funding. But there are several chasing member people on Chase the platform that I've still booked to this day. So how many times I done brought Hershey here and got her booked and to pay her thousands of dollars? How many I don't book Jet Jeff, even though he done ran his mouth about me. He probably won't get booked no more, no shade. But yeah, that's a lie. I don't have the time to stop access for people. You get what I'm saying? Because at the
Mhm.
end of the day, it's still a legacy, it's still a part of my legacy. So of course I would want it to go on. This next season will be a season where that is the longest running reality show in the city of Dallas because of me. If me and Ondario wouldn't have created that show and I wouldn't put in the sweat equity, it wouldn't be able to continue to go. If we, you know, and that's not me. It might be me tooting my horn, okay, whatever. But the fact is the fact.
Now,
So,
the
but
next question is about you and this community that you have. Now, you had a link up or a meeting that you were supposed to do with Markel, and you agreed to it, and then you later reneged on it. Why is it so hard for you to move on past that, or have you moved on past that?
I have, which is why I said I don't want to have a meeting with you. And I think that was last year when I reached out to him last to have a link up because we supposed to go to a hookah restaurant if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then I reached out to him and I said, hey, let's link up. Da 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 da. I had a gig I had to do, and then I moved the date. And then as I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, no, why? Why would I set myself up for to have a conversation and then I'm gonna look stupid if I start hearing things again that he's been saying, which I have. See, but I'll hey, that man married doing his big one. Go do your thing, 21. You know,
You know what kills me with that whole situation is, you know what I love about like living and looking in retrospect. You kind of like see, like, even though I had a lot to say back in the day, right? When you look back and you're like, fuck, bro, like, if only you and him could actually see eye to eye, the way I feel like y'all as a force would be, girl, like, y'all could really do the damn thing.
I
Like,
literally just said that. So I went out. So I've been celibate for how long? Almost 400 days.
so you've been
Almost
selling a
4.
bit for 400 days. So
No,
how much money is that?
not selling anymore. I left that in Atlanta, girl. But
Get that
and
money,
through that,
honey.
it's been a part of my journey with healing from the trauma of the web reality space, and I'm gonna eventually talk about it. But with going through all of that, and then because I told myself I'm not going out for a minute. I wore all black to mourn the old VCG, and now that I've started wearing color again to come out of that, and then I went out for Juneteenth weekend. Were you here, Harvey, on for Juneteenth weekend?
I was. Yeah.
Okay, I missed you. We need to we need to have a conversation anyway. But yeah, and I saw him out at some of the events in passing, and there's no need to have a conversation. I'm gonna let him ride his wave, and I'm gonna go catch mine somewhere else.
Do you think that pride cometh before a fall as it relates to all of y'all? Because, like, to look back at a time where all of y'all were in sync, lockstep, it seemed like the vision was visioning, chasing was really at an all time high. Both franchises were doing well. At one point, I believe Dallas even surpassed
It
several moments
did. It
of
did.
Atlanta, bitch, and other one, you know?
Still
So, like,
is
to look
my
back, do you
season.
think like pride, ego, kind of ruin certain things? Like, could that be possible? Because I just, when I look at who
Yeah,
Dario's blossomed to be, love Markel, but he's always had a sense of bravado about himself. You've always had a high sense of self as well. Do you just think that that kind of probably at the end of the day is what it was? Like,
absolutely. I mean, pride definitely comes before the fall, and I fell hard, and it was
mm,
seen. Everybody saw me fall hard. And so when I fell, I said, I'm gonna stay down here for a minute. You know,
Mm,
and that minute turned into 2 years, you know,
mm,
because it was phases of all of that happened. Then I tried to go somewhere else. Then my mama died, you know,
Mm.
and then during all of this, people don't know that the reason I went bald, I shaved my head for my mom because she was going through, there was a lot going on. And so I said, you know what, I'm finna fall. And then my whole team left me when I made a transition, trying to, you know, say, hey, you know what, I want to do this on my own with the then Arisi G production. Ariel left me and my two producers left me.
was
I'm
that when
that good
CJ
with
went on a crazy spree, started stabbing the girls in the streets of Dallas?
I don't know about that. but but you
And
know,
burning the
all
girl's
of
house
them,
down on that man's show, honey. He tried to burn them girls
well,
alive, honey.
well, there's more to that that
Oh,
people
okay,
don't
okay,
know.
okay,
But yeah,
okay.
but I mean, you know, everybody chose themselves, and I had to realize I had to, you know, during that fall and me scraping my knees, I had to realize that okay, you have to start choosing you. Because if you remember every interview that I think I did with the Justice League, with you, I was always saying, I'm supporting my friend. I'm doing this for my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend. And when that started to deteriorate, it went from, and then I went angry. I went really, really, really angry at everybody, and anybody could get it. And then I was like, you know what? If me doing this show that no that people say that they don't watch and this and that and this and that, but the numbers show different, has helped me become the first Black chairman and president of a national nonprofit organization for the gay community without any prerequisites, God got some type of plan going on. So I had to
Mm.
sit. God, the universe, and the ancestors came. They whooped my ass, and now I'm getting back up. So I don't, you know, I never have shied away from eating a bowl of crow, but I hope that I wouldn't on my worst enemy, on my worst enemy, I probably put half of what I went through on them, only for them to learn. And so I just hope that the things that y'all don't see that I know about with some of those people that you had mentioned doesn't take them so far down that they lose what has given them some sense of notoriety. Because if some of these girls lose their platforms and their notoriety, it's gonna really mess them up. And I don't want to see. I don't. We don't need to lose nobody else in the web reality space for taking themselves out. If you get what I'm saying, we
Girl,
need to
she done
see.
got to girl. Mama done hit them GLP-1s, girl. She's too vain to take herself out, honey. Mama said she's gonna stand, honey, like Kurt Frank. Oh, not what's that man? Stand, honey. Oh, that is Donnie
Donnie
McClurkin,
McClurkin.
honey.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, and more power to her.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you know, but what I've noticed is it's better to not notice. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? I it does me nothing to be. I was in the same. I went out all weekend for Juneteenth weekend, and I was in the room with either Markel or either Ondario. And you know what I did? Bought the bar
mm.
and was with my girls, and we are finna have a good time. I had my spit curl braided down, and I was in there having a good time.
When you're an executive producer of an entire franchise, right? And we got to just tell the truth though, like you definitely were the impact for Dallas, right? Season 1, 2, 3 were definitely what was needed, required, and desired. That's what gave it what it needed. Why in some companies, right? When you are bad, there's a severance. There's no there that I feel like. Even when we look at Zach's situation with Orlando, whether it be Q with LA, like, like what do you guys get out of it at the end, other than just being synonymous with the platform? Is there a monetary, like, what do they
Was
call
that
that shit?
what? Can you hear me? Well, Zach said he got $400 a month.
So, but like when you're fired or when you leave the franchise, there's no severance because technically you are the creator. Technically, even though he's the EP or whatever, y'all
Mhm.
are the creators and curators of that particular city.
Zach ain't been
Hmm.
paid his last check, and I'm advocating for pay.
Mm,
Zach is still waiting for the last check, and Dario didn't send that money, no shade. And I just got to tell
mm,
my girl the things like Dario, send that man his money, girl. I know that the platform viewership is struggling, especially with LA. We've all seen it, and the numbers did roll into my desk, but
mm.
girl, like you need to pay that man his money. You getting all these sponsorships from all these health clinics, girl, all across the globe. Pay that man his money.
All I could say, I can only speak for myself. And when everything started to trickle down and end, and I was sent my monetization contract, within my contract, it was still open, meaning here's how much you're getting paid for your last monetization. I think it was like, I want to say maybe like $1,300 or something like that. That was like my second check from the season running. And I got my money, but before I received it, I said that this contract needs to say this is the end of our partnership. You got on public platforms, you said the things that you said about me prior to the season even ending. And the season was so good that all of that didn't tarnish the success of that season, because that season
That
was.
bitch did the same thing to Zach.
He did. I'm telling y'all, and then pay Zach his last month, and y'all don't get nothing. And people still go back and watch season 1, 2, and 3 because the girls are not watching 4, 5, and 6. No shade. But no, I'm just being honest. They just really not. Nobody ain't going back. Ooh, let me go see, Dunny Moon throw a receipt book or whatever the hell. Let's go hear
Mhm.
Rio say nigga. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not watching that. But they do go back to the lemon squeeze. They do go back
But
to the chair throw, stuff like that.
and the Lemon Squeeze has been redone over and over again, which I love. Shout out to Bell Collective. Shout out to the crew OKC. Um, I there have been times where I was like, I should still be getting paid because my number's still going up. Season one, 200,000. I did have those moments, but then I had to sit with myself and say, well, girl, your efforts and everything that you did wasn't for you to get paid. It was because you was helping out your friend. So forever, my work will continue to help out my then friend. And so I'm always gonna be the person that can help that. Because I mean, she's sitting over there over 100,000 views. I brought in about what, 60,000 of that, at least. So I mean, subscribers, excuse me. So I
Yeah, they
mean,
were
my
struggling
work,
with 2K. They were struggling for them 2K. Oh, let's talk about that, girl. What about the plaque? You were supposed to buy your own plaque. Is that what the arrangement was when it reached 100K?
I don't know. I mean, when I did I joined another panel once upon a time, and they asked me about that, like, would I go and buy a plaque? And I said no, I wouldn't buy a plaque. If it was given to me, I'll take it. And then they asked me, where would you put it? And in the closet, I said, no, I'll hang it up with my other accolades, because that is what it is. Because I mean, hey, and then not to overshadow anybody, but everybody know the work I put in over there. So I wouldn't personally buy a plaque. If people do buy a plaque that's associated, I mean, hey, do your thing. But I personally wouldn't buy one because I don't think that I I don't need that validation enough. I'm even My YouTube channel is strictly my online resume. So when I bump into Curtis, aka 50 Cent, and he say, well, what have you done? I could say, here, send it. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. So like
Let me say
I'm
this because I'm
done.
gonna say
Just
the truth. Because, girl, I'm gonna tell the truth, and this ain't
uh-uh.
because I live in a biased nature against that lizard built bitch. My issue is that you have to remove said bias from yourself and say, you know what? I know that I did not get here alone. I know the impact. I don't, again, through the years of myself and others reading you for filth, Reese G, for us getting Markel together, for us getting motherfucking Kevon together, for us
Mhm.
reading Dario together. Girl, y'all made this what it is.
Now I will say this. It was would it be disheartening? Disheartened. Yeah. I was disheartened
Mm,
when I didn't see a direct recognition to Kevon. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
anybody else should have like there should have been a name to that recognition for me. I think
Mm.
that, but everybody not like me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said on that other panel, if I ever get to a point where I get a plaque for the YouTube channel, I would purchase for my team that helped me get there. You know, even if I don't deal with them anymore because my conscience wouldn't let me not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I
Right.
saw the post, um, when Andaria posted it, I was like, okay, that'll suffice. I
Mm.
mean, because I've already been given my flowers by y'all, by the viewers, by the
Mm.
by the review, the vloggers that have always privately said things to me. You know, why be Ebby Reviews and Really Be TV? Those three were always, y'all were always correcting me. Y'all were always holding me accountable, holding my feet to the fire. And it's made me better than I could ever imagine because it was never my plan to move to Dallas to be a producer. But now I can call myself that. And now the scene knows me for that. And so
Mm.
even when I walk into a space, people still call me and say, hey, now this is what people do, Harviana. People do call me and say, "Hey, so Chasing Dallas is coming to film. I just want to make sure that you know. I mean, you know, we got to. You know, I'm working with them. I don't want you to feel like." Well, I was like, "Oh, girl, go ahead. It's fine. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Do your thing." Because it's not about. At the end of the day, I'm not. I don't care about. It's not about Markel. It's about the cast members. If you get what I'm saying, like they came to this platform to try and progress themselves. There are people that still message me to this day and ask for my advice, and I give it to them. And without shade towards whoever their EP is, it's two LA girls, and I'm coasting along the way on how to navigate this. So
Mm.
Yeah,
you
because
know,
the LA cast is not happy with their rollout. I would say that, child. Hmm.
bless them.
Child, I still haven't even watched, to be honest. I watched like the first
I never watched
15
that.
minutes. I'm trying to support, but I don't know. I watched it at work. I was tired, so I got to give it another chance, I guess.
It was 2 days late, so you get you get some.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
it
two
was two
days
days.
late.
Yeah, it came
I
out
don't know. That's
Saturday.
what, I just got a screenshot of the post on the community tab. I honestly do not watch LA. I don't want people to think I'm being shady. I really just don't watch it nor
Well,
care.
you know, I was going to watch. I know it didn't air the day or at the time that it was supposed to come out, and I had messaged to some people the people I'm working with, and I was like, "Hey, is the show come?" Because I know they had their premiere party, and so from what I was told, they had the episode for the premiere party. So my only concern was, okay, at least I hope y'all had it for the premiere party to watch it, and they did. So I was like, okay, well, cool. Whatever else is going on, it is what it is. Um, yeah.
I heard. I mean, what I heard I got another chat, and my chat said that it's edited great, but they don't like that it's not connected with none of the cast. That's the things that I did hear. It's a great editing, but yeah, the cast is just they
It
kind of
came out Friday.
Okay.
and they're supposed to come out Wednesday.
Oh,
I thought it was Thursday.
No,
no.
Thursdays was what was
Oh,
it?
they switched it?
What I don't know. I don't know. It was a day or two late. I don't know.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
So
at least it came out, and the viewers, had something to see. So, I mean, my
yeah.
focus is making sure that whatever I'm doing, Real Hot Boys of Houston, gonna come out on time. If it don't come out on time, read me down. Hey, do your thing. I just know it's gonna come out, and
So, in
yeah.
that aspect, what are you in charge of? Like, and what are the separation of powers between you and Todd looking like?
Um, I I tell him I let him know what I'm doing as a courtesy,
Oh,
but and that's no shade. That's no shade.
girl, not a
But I
courtesy.
let him know what I'm doing.
Stop it.
Y'all see y'all.
Girl,
I
I'm
let him
just
know
saying
what
though,
I'm
girl.
doing.
You know how we do,
How
honey.
we
The
take
community,
it,
honey. I live for, honey. Mama said as a courtesy. I said yes.
in the literal term, because me and Todd are great, but I do let him know because he's the creator. And then I shared, like, when I storyboarded the show before starting to edit, I said, hey, this is what I got. We sat on the phone. I was like, how do you feel about this? And he gave his input. But at the end of all the conversations between us, he's like, I trust you, you do your thing. And I'm just like, okay, because he unfortunately is tarnished by the space. And I hate when producers get tarnished by the space. So the conversations I had with Zach, he's tarnished by the space, but he's still going. You know what I'm saying? So
I like Zach. I'm Team Zach, no shade. But Reese, I
mhm.
got a real messy question that I need to, because see, this is the thing. See, people say that you got a pattern. Let me wake it up real quick.
Okay.
People say you got a pattern. They say that you put out this Real Hot Boys of Houston, because you knew that Chasing LA was coming out to kind of steal the shine from that. And then they said, it already came across my desk before that. After the Ariel thing came out, Ariel's little docu-series came out, you end up saying that you're gonna reproduce a docu-series after you seen one already produced by Markel. So that's why people say that you have this, subtle competitive spirit, or just trying to take the moment or the momentum away. Like, can you address that? Is that true? Do you put in thought of what they got going on and compared to when you gonna release what you got going on, Joe?
No. What I do though, let's talk about the Ariel thing. So the Ariel thing was, I was filming her show. We were creating her show. And it was originally called Run It Up with Ariel O'Hara, because we were blending the drag queen and the hip hop artist within a show. Y'all saw it was reported I had, I almost went to jail in Atlanta because I was defending her at a hotel we was trying to check in. That was during the filming of that show. When everything went to, because it was supposed to go to Gemini Films at the time when we were good, it didn't work out. Next thing I know, Roderick, who started to work with Markel at the time, he went and did the show, the two-part series, the two-part documentary. And that's what it was. When I released Unfinished, or the teaser for Unfinished is going to be a series of shows that I did not finish.
Yeah, it
So
was.
I'm doing a 3-part series of Unfinished for the Chicago show that I did not finish, the Ballroom show that I did not finish, and Ariel show that I did not finish because of circumstance. And I'm just going to be candid with the people that love me being candid and say, hey, listen, this is what I did. This is my fuck up. And here you go. Let me put something out so that y'all can see what I was working on. So my mind is not set on what they're doing to ride it. Now, I will say about, what was that, maybe 2 years ago, I did make an effort to see whatever they were posting to see if they were going to talk about me, because that's what they were doing at the time. And so I was popping up, defending myself and all of that. Now, ever since September 2025, all of that's dead. When it comes down to, you said the Ariel show, and you said something else. Oh, Hot Boys. Excuse me. Preparing for Hot Boys and the rollout for Hot Boys has been going on for the past 4 months, I want to say. So it had nothing to do with Chasing LA, because, to my knowledge, I thought the Therapist show was going to come out first, or at least that's what I was told, because he said that was his in between show. That's a nice way to put what he said, but that
I'm
was
glad he
to
didn't,
me.
honey. We had enough of that sour face shit during that Chasing Atlanta season, honey. He wasn't too much of a help,
I
child.
like Twan. I don't want to give
I
Twan too.
love Twan too, but
That's
child,
not a show that nobody's checking for, to be quite honest with you. I just was real with Rita G. Great time slot, but the cast members of the morning show just wasn't it. I think you should try it again with new people, bigger personalities. I even commented a couple times because, like, I like some of the games that you were implementing. I like the editing style that you was doing.
Mhm.
So it's elements that I like. I did feel like y'all first 2 episodes, y'all were dogging on Dario. I did talk about that. I did feel that way still, whatever. But the show, let me tell you something that I know that you did, and I want you to kind of be able to respond to it. You talked about the ballroom show that included the Kiki Panel's legendary Chloe Von Day.
Mhm.
Chloe was on there. Chloe was on the show, and then you reached out and was trying to like, oh well, I think I'm gonna scrap you from the show since you're filming Chasing Dallas.
That's not what I said.
But okay, so it was something along those lines, like I can't
What I
use you
said,
over
what I
there.
said was, is I know how I didn't say this, but I'm gonna just say it here. Unfortunately, there are producers that work on shows that are vindictive. And I didn't want to stop her from progressing with being on a show with me, because I know for a fact that there have been people that have not been casted on the show because they've been linked to me somehow. I'm glad that they're bringing back Kiki, but originally Kiki was, from what she told me, because she was on the scene, the ballroom show. She told me that the reason why she wasn't on the show is because, or they told her to leave, was because she was feeding me information, which was a lie.
No, I
So,
heard that Kiki from the horse's mouth. I heard Kiki wasn't on the show because of those assault charges that happened at the ballroom. So they didn't want to have any involvement in that. Now that was what was said to me, and that was when Sean was on the show. That was
uh,
season
I
5.
mean, hey, I mean, if that's the truth, that take it as true. I'm just going off of what I was told, because the incident with the bottle happened
Mhm.
after she was told she wasn't coming back.
Oh, so somebody
So
lied.
that had nothing to me, to from what I knew, that had nothing to do with that situation. So, I mean, she can tell her story. She can do her thing. She finna be back on camera. I'm happy for her. Do your thing. She walk around town. Don't speak to me. I don't speak to her. Hey, it is what it is.
I mean, but can you blame people? Like, people invest in you, people respect you. The Justice League loves and hates you and all the things, right? But you have these people filming shows and then they don't come out. Does that not you? I mean, isn't it kind of understandable why they might feel away? Like they invested their time, effort, and put together whatever events and showcase or reveal whatever they revealed on these shows, and then you just don't release them?
No, because when it came down to that show, the cast members of that show sold me a dream of what they were gonna bring to the show, and they did not do it. So why would I continue to put my effort into something, purchasing things, organizing things, booking spaces, and you're not giving me what I need? If this was a major network, they would have done the same thing. When
Okay.
it comes down to particular people, there was a scene. I'll give you an example. There was a scene that we did for Halloween. We booked this space, paid for the space. The space was $400 because I wanted it. It was $100 an hour. It was downtown. It was a really nice high rise clubhouse space. It's nice, secluded, so don't nobody come in. I had this game. We was laid out. Everything, brought food in. Actually, who brought the food? Somebody else paid for the food on my team. It was True at the time, and myself. We paid for the food to bring it in. We started filming that scene, and they were popping shit, talking about this person that's on the cast. Somebody had gotten into an argument. It was a good scene, and then the person they were talking about walked into the room, and they were dead silent. And I stopped the entire film. I said, "I know y'all fucking lying." I stopped the filming and I said to them, I said, y'all was just talking, so you're gonna ask this question, you're gonna ask, because we were playing a game, and I just handed them out questions to see if we were gonna be able to capture the energy of what y'all had just gave before this girl walked in the room. And that wasn't it. Then I found out somebody on production was dealing with some cast members. It was a guy dealing with some trans girls on the cast, and I didn't know about it. And I'm like, this is too much of a um I'm not
Now
gonna
that,
be put in a
those
situation.
allegations have come up in recent chase, and I did an exit interview, and I revealed a lot of things. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of information I did get from you. Now, one of the things is now this I didn't get from you, which is the messing around with or the essay slash misconduct. You know what I'm saying? All those things, those allegations were happening for another producer. How would you deal with that type of issue? Because it seemed like Chasen hasn't dealt with it. And this is not the first time. We also are very aware of Oliver making similar claims and threatening legal action for certain things like this happening.
For me, like I did with the scene, when I found out that they was dealing with each other and canoodling with each other, one of the producers was giving, I don't want to say giving away production secrets, but telling people what to do. Some of the cast members trying to self-produce themselves. That doesn't fly with me. I can't do that because it puts us at risk of things because I don't play with people like that. I don't tell you to go into us. I don't put keys in cast members' backs. Never have, never will. Because you will never find on the internet anywhere that somebody said Reese G told me to do that on camera. Never. People have lied and said I cut scenes, but I don't edit. I wasn't editing that show. So for me, because I have a name that is in good standing with people here in this city, I'm not trying to be associated with people and accusations of essay and things like that. When I had that accusation on me, I ain't say nothing. I recorded it. I filed a police report and to shut it down. And then the guy confessed. I filed a second police report because I have to be protected. Because that will ruin the the work that I put in here in the city. At least while I'm alive, I have to keep my name clean, and that just is what it is. In the web reality space, granted, I've said some things that other people didn't like that I was on casts with, but I never gone to that extreme because calling people the N word and you're not black, having transphobic comments, xenophobic comments, I would never air. Why? Because we already got enough to deal with walking out the door. So
Mhm.
why would I want to put people through that? I'm here to get y'all some money. I'm here to get y'all where y'all want to be. And the proof has always been in the pudding. My lists are too long of the efforts that I put in for these people. So I would have dealt with it just like how I dealt with the scene. It's done, cut. So whether people say like, well, whether people have these ideas of, and I hate that Chloe had that has that has that, but it's no tea. It just is what it is. I don't owe anybody an explanation unless they ask me. Because a lot of people, you can always tell who's here for an opportunity and clout and who's really here for the project. And
Well,
unfortunately,
everybody,
some
that's
people
the
aren't.
thing about the web world. I think that's part of what the delusion is. All of them are here for cloud. Nobody is really there. Nobody is really there, in my opinion, to showcase their business. I mean, they'll
I
do it
think
because that's
now,
the
I
name.
think now, but it does take because I mean, I've been in branding for years. I've been doing entertainment, and I've been in the entertainment industry for going on a little over 15 years now. So I love to do the branding and the put and the all of that's what I love. Being a producer just so happened to fall in my lap, and I was able to use these people as clients to push them and show my chops to myself and say, okay, well, Ariel, you want to be a rapper? Okay, cool. Let's get you on some stages. Oh, Dallas Pride said they didn't want you. Your feelings hurt. Okay, sis, don't worry about it. I'm going to put you on Atlanta. You finna get on the Atlanta Pride stage. And she got that. It's a way bigger stage. Carrie D, you putting out a music video? Okay, we're going to capture it. We're going to drop it when it airs on the show. You want to chart? Okay, well, this is what you need to do to chart. He debuted on the R&B charts at number 6, right after Brandy. You get what I'm saying?
That blow
At the
your mind
time,
song.
T.
Carrie D can sing for real. There's a lot of
And
folks on
the
here.
and it wasn't it was the song, the single actually charted. It was charted lower, but the EP that they put out charted high in the top 10 on the R&B charts on iTunes. Who else
Mm.
did that? You get what I'm saying? So it's like I think at the time it was you have to have people behind you that want to see you successful and willing to do what it takes to help you get to that level, because a lot of people look at these producers and these EPs that wear that title expecting to get something and to progress, and then when they get on these platforms and it doesn't do it, y'all are going to have to answer to that to somebody, you know.
That's true. That's true. Now, you saying you're 400 days celibate. I just need to know, is this due in part to Wiley? Wiley did grace my platform. He said you were a great time. But why did y'all end there? He said it was a great time. He said he was well endowed. I'm just interested and intrigued to know, why did you end that relationship or that fun finagle with Wiley? Like what happened there?
In the words of K Michelle, you do this all the time. But that happened years ago. It was a one time thing, and that's what it was. It was a one time thing. That's it. It was never a relationship or anything like that. The closest since I've been in Dallas, y'all know who, whether you believe it or not, I've only had one consistent dating situation, and the celibacy was not due to dating, because I still date. I just don't have a need for sex right now because I'm a Scorpio, so that's what we like. I'm not gonna be thrown off my rocker by a 30-45 minute session just because that's something that I want to do. um yeah, so I mean, my focus is somewhere else. I got to put in work for the web reality space. I got to put in work for the community. So when I come home at night and look at these four walls, my walls is gonna be in the bed. Okay.
Also, they said that you felt the way about being snubbed at these awards. And speaking of awards, I want to get this is a double barrel question. And you've been snubbed at certain web reality award shows. You've spoken about that publicly. And then I heard that you offer your involvement with the Starry Awards, and they declined and wanted no dealings with your ass. How do you feel about that? Seeing how everything ended up playing out, and do you think you're still being snubbed? Because they not teaching you at the Boss Babe either.
So when it come down to the Boss Babes, they said at the very beginning, the first one, they didn't know who I was. I just took that as the truth and I left it alone. I've never looked for a Boss Babe award. I've never wanted a Boss Babe award after that. And I wish everybody who got a Boss Babe award, congratulations. When it comes down to the Starry Awards, I did reach out. I did offer up to be a media sponsor. I did offer up to host. I did offer up to present. And I was just disregarded. And when I addressed it, well, actually, I didn't address it. I commented and I said interesting. And then K Star commented back. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say, I don't know who you cool with, YB or not. So if I say names, I promise I'm not trying to be shady or
No, they.
anything.
I love. I love K Star. That's my brother, child.
Okay.
But they all know how the platform is.
Okay.
Everybody has a right to speak there, how they feel about people. It has nothing to do with how I feel. Shit.
Okay. Well, I just be trying to, I'm be trying to respect people.
No, I appreciate it.
Um,
Thank you.
and so like when I saw him and Manaya.
Dominique.
No, was it Manaya?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't watch the
The
show.
girl.
But from
Excuse
the
me for missing
real
her
life
name.
yeah.
The girl from Real Life and Reality. When I saw that they were, I was like, this is interesting. And then for me as an intuitive, when I got the comment back from the guy who ran the Story Awards and how he addressed it, I said, oh, okay, you never really was here for us anyway. So let me go ahead and burn you up real quick. And then when I found out, which was news to me, I found out the reason why I was actually my name came up in conversation for the Star Wars to be in Dallas, not Houston, because I'm in Dallas. They were like, "Hey, you should do it in Dallas because Reese G there. You should, and he does this. He can help." And they said, "You know what? I don't want to work with Reese G because he did something to one of my friends that was on the show on season 2." And I was like, "Girl, who is that? I don't even know that lady." And then after that, when my name was brought up again to host, it was more shade. So it really wasn't in good intention that I was even not to me. How I felt was it wasn't honest intention to nominate me. I felt like you were setting me up to come to a space where the votes was already going to be rigged and I was going to lose anyway. So I
Well,
just
if we want to
hated.
tell the truth, when it comes to the Star Wars child, the reason why he probably declined your services is because you are a big name. The same way I feel like he probably wasn't going to take certain people with bigger names services because he knew at the end of the day you were going to really make loud noise and a fuss about that refund.
And the thing about it is I've been nominated for several awards. I've been to several award shows. I presented awards. I presented lifetime achievement awards here in Dallas for pioneers of the community. So I'm tired of being snubbed because it feels like it's intentional. Not because you didn't see it from my work, but it's intentional at this point. And so I felt some type of way about that. And I talked about it on my podcast, Casually Deep. And I really don't. appreciate when people try to do that because my efforts business wise has all been pure. If I really was doing anything that I had done in the past for clout, I would have done way more. It's just don't be mad at me because I do my job well. Ask a
Now,
bitch like me how to do your job well.
oh. Now, do you think that a lot of this blackballing and snubbing and snotting, do you think that a lot of this is because you fell out with Andario, or once you lose that relationship, a lot of people choose to cut ties with you or chose
Uh,
to?
they tried to, but it all failed. Yeah, because I think that I mean when people and the reason that it all failed is because we're starting to see things unravel. You know,
Girl.
and so when we look at the things that are unraveling, and I'm not saying what is in particular, vindication doesn't come to a person that had malicious intent. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm.
when the blackballing tried to happen, when they tried to blackball me through a smear campaign, everybody still was calling me and putting me up on panels, and I was still, how the hell is a bitch relevant that ain't been on a show in years? Still. So either she made impact, the
Mm-hmm.
universe, God, the ancestors is like, you ain't really did nothing wrong, so we're not gonna take your blessing away from you. She is a clout chaser, which that means that she does her job well. And I may be all of those things. Who knows? But
Dominique,
at the
just to let you know, Dominique in the comments said he recommended you to be a part. Dominique,
Oh, what's up, Dominique? How you doing, babe?
I recommend Resident Evil. Okay, well, I just learned Dominique was the second person then. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
So my thing is I've already done some of the things that people are trying to do, and I'm tooting my horn here, but I don't gatekeep how to do things successfully. If you call me and ask a question, I'm going to tell you one or two things. Either the answer or my consult fee is this.
See, let me tell you something, because I had a conversation with you on the phone. And what I will say is, to me, it's like, I think it's the Cynthia Bailey name of her podcast. No, this is Giselle. It's Giselle. Humbly bragging. That's what you give me.
Humble brag. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cynthia Bailey and Crystal Minkoff.
oh yeah, that's how them. Yeah, it's like a humble brag. Like you ain't trying to act like you got it like that, but you also are gonna, be confident in what you have contributed. And I think that now the producers want to make it seem like they're getting all this money, and they're not. They want to see like they got all this access when they don't. And it's being alleged, and I want to know because you are close to Cuff in Dallas. And what's being alleged is, and I've gotten some feedback about this saying that it's not true, and Harveyana's putting out a lie, is that Markel used his 401. Hold on 1 second. Markel used his 401k to fund Chasing Dallas. Have you heard that in the streets of Dallas?
I have not heard that. I hope that well, I don't well, if it is true, hey, to me, if that is true, it shows more passion for the project, which would tell me that this season is probably gonna be his best. To me, that's what that says. Because if you pulling from your 401k and you married and all of this, you get what I'm saying? Like if you're doing all of these things to invest in this show, then do your thing. Because I know I've done some not so smart things when I was doing the show. I invested when you gotta invest your money. I just wanted to show. You know what I'm saying? At least when I invested my money into stuff, I progressively got better when it came to Chasing Dallas. Not saying that he hasn't, because I haven't
Child,
followed.
this ran over longer than I thought, but y'all go ahead and talk. I'm finna dush.
Oh,
Okay,
not
child.
good.
No, okay. But
But yeah. So I mean, I haven't heard that. If you want me to, I can call my sources and see if they can be confirmed. But I just hope, if that is true, that the investment was worth it. If it's not true, I hope that he does something to stop the rumor.
so let me let's dig into this a little bit. I did an exit interview, and one of the big topics that people were gagging about, and then they're now
Wait, before you go there, did you talk to Sean? Did he tell you what happened that Sunday at S4?
yes, We
Okay.
did a live about it. Were you there?
Oh, oh, I was. I didn't know that a live happened. I need to go watch that. But I was there. I actually was
So
walking it. I was walking in the door and got a text message. And when my homeboy was filling me in, Sean was actually standing a couple people over from me at S4. Of course, we're not, we ain't buddy buddy, and it would have been, it would have been, it wouldn't have been good for me to have a conversation if that had just happened. And then I later saw like people commotion, so I was like, yeah, I was in the space, but
what did you hear happen?
what I heard happened was Ondario was trying to fight Sean over. I don't even know what. Do we know what it was over? I don't even know what it was over. But when I got there, it was like, girl. And I was like, what? Why Dario and Sean was trying to get into it, and she was saying that she was gonna beat her ass, and this is this is this. And I was just like, but why? And they was like, But then I later found out that she was lingering around me and the people that I was with, and I didn't even notice her until we were about to leave, which was a gag. Like I saw Sean floating around, and I did see Markel floating around with his husband, but I didn't notice her until we left. And so I was like, well, maybe she just, maybe she was just a little, on a drink. I don't know. But if all of that is true about what happened, that's sad. That's sad.
Absolutely. I hope the
That's
bitch don't
sad.
come to me like that. Please don't,
She
Andaria.
is such a belligerent whore. And this is what I be talking about. People like, girl, you wonder why you've lost the muster and the respect from the people is because you thought that you were the star of the show. She really thought that she could pull a Reese G. Reese G is one of the only producers to be able to successfully merge cast member and AP at the same time and still remain as somebody that people have some type of respect for at the end of the day. And at least Reese G lives in the mess and lives in the truth of that
Yeah, let's
mess.
say that.
And it's
This
a
girl right.
job. Like, I don't understand why people don't. This is a job, y'all. Like, literally,
That's what
it's a
I feel like.
job.
And one person I keep giving him a shout out, Donnie Moon. I just shaded Donnie Moon on live after live, then end up ironically running into him where he worked at. And it was nothing but love because he understands the assignment. You understand what I
Donnie
got to do. I understand what you got to do, bitch.
Donnie's been wanting to be on that show since season 2, and I told him he wasn't ready. And then even when season 3 came about, before he got on the show, I told him I gave him pointers of what to do, and hey, do your thing. And so now she is who she over there. I think that Markel is like her gay dad now. So I mean, I think that's a thing.
What?
That's what the people were saying in the streets. So I'm like, I mean, their relationship is what their relationship is. So I mean, I hope she, progress, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's a job, and granted,
Let me say, I do want to say this though because I don't, because I want to give everyone their flowers, and I have to be myself. I really do. We do have to give Markel his thanks too, though. Like it may not be what people are obviously used to. You were obviously the one who pioneered the Dallas movement and gave us
come on, Lulu.
extremely memorable moments that obviously cannot be repeated. But I do. If anybody was going to take the torch, though, especially knowing the relationship that you and Markel had, it was going to be Markel because he too, just like you, eats and breathes and loves this shit of
He do love
production
it. I
and
will. I
show
will.
design, and I think he does
Agree.
amazing. He does an amazing job. It just may not be everyone's aesthetic, or it may not be. I just think he puts his own little spin on it, and take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? I think he does a great job overall.
I disagree with him doing a great job overall, in my opinion, but I definitely will say that he definitely. Well, I've talked to him on the phone too, and he is really passionate. I thought like this just like some shit you do for cloud. Like I thought that's what he was doing it for. But Markel really has a passion for production. I will say that like he really loves what he does, and then sometimes
Markel Markel has always wanted a show. I'm happy that he got a show. I hate it, but it's unfortunate how he got the show because that overshadowed what could have been.
yeah.
And he didn't do that. He just followed along with it. And that's the unfortunate part of it. So now, granted, the show is what it is now. Right. it is what it is. But it is unfortunate how he got it and then what came with that. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I would say
I
he
can't
passed the ball.
say I will I can't say I can't give him flowers because I don't respect how he got the show and how and what has happened from then to now between he and I. So I can't give him
Well,
that.
let's tell, and because and again, I'm not defending him, but in the court of truth and justice, we have to be clear here. There
Mhm.
are moments where if we turn the script around, people could say that you also were at fault for a lot of different things as you moved your way through the web series space as well. So I mean, like,
Well,
you know what I'm saying,
I'm not
though?
speaking on his faults. I'm just speaking on
Oh, okay.
how everything happened
Oh,
because
okay, okay.
it was not a passing of the torch, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It was he jumped on a bandwagon and now the pressure to do what it is what it is.
So your guys' issues basically started with the you dissolving from chasing. So nothing happened outside of you leaving the platform, like with your friendship. So all of that just basically happened because of, oh, Reese is out and I guess you're in.
Mm-mm. No, our friendship started to go south when he started to talk about my then situationship with Trey Womack. So that's when that kind of started, and then it continued to fall. I would say because of Lovers and Friends, that whole Lovers and Friends gate, and then it was the situation of him creating the fake
I
Instagram
forgot about the
account.
lovers and friends stuff.
Right. So it was the fake account. Then I tried to sit down and have a conversation with him. Like after everything happened with the Trey Womack situation, the reunion for season 2 happened. We sat down and had a conversation the day that he secretly set up a meeting to pitch the show to Undario. We sat downstairs in the lobby of that building and had a really long conversation. A couple weeks later, I threw his birthday dinner and I thought that we were going to be back on track. But the element that was supposed to bring us back together, he chose to do by himself. So I was left out in the cold. So that's when it started to kind of go down. When he got the show and everything that happened, I was just more so concerned about keeping my brain together. I was doing interviews saying all this stuff, which was wrong. I would take responsibility for that. When I finally simmered down from that, I started to hear, when you get ego because you're doing something and you're trying to do something better than the previous, you start doing all that talking and stuff. And so that's when things were being brought back to me. I was like, yeah, I don't think we could ever be friends again because I can't trust that you are going to be 100 with me. And it just wasn't what it was. Now, and I was just having this conversation the other day. I don't know so much if a friendship is needed between he and I, but I think the best thing that we have a mutual understanding about is you over there, I'm over here, we in the same room, fine. Don't run up on me. Don't I ain't gonna run up on you because it's not gonna be genuine.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I don't wish no ill will on that man. Um, like I said earlier, I hope the show continues to go on because the people that come to that show should have an opportunity to succeed. So that's what the concern should be. The focus should be on making sure those cast members and the standard that was set initially for Chasing Dallas, that particular franchise, is upheld. It has not been, unfortunately. So let's hope that one day it gets back to it so people get on the platform and make money and progress. That's all I wanted the people to do that came to the show. If you're going to get on the show and do all this drama, make sure you wearing a t-shirt that you can sell for $2 afterwards. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that because I mean, I was doing product placement. I was getting the coin. Because if I'm going to take myself through this, I'm going to at least get something back out of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. They feel like he would have got it in another city. They probably wouldn't scrutinize him as much. Maybe
Who
so,
that?
but I will say that he is
Mhm.
just he is in love with doing this shit like more than I thought.
Yeah. I mean, he has. I mean, that was one two things that Markel had always wanted when we initially became friends was to be in production and to be in a relationship. He's gotten both. He is winning. Keep winning. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Amen to that.
Hmm.
I just really feel like you get more bees with honey, bitch. I just really hate that there's all of this division. And again, I understand things happen. We're human
Well,
beings.
not for
Friendships
me.
don't,
I just
but
want to
I just
say
if all
publicly
y'all could just come together, ooh, the way in which y'all be a powerful force,
to
girl.
the
It's
YB speakers, the people that are in the comments, I want to say on the record, I have no problem with these people. Okay? I'm going to be reaching out to these people for the same thing that I'm going to be reaching out to you for, YB, and I'm going to tell you what it is privately. If they
okay.
say yeah, cool. If they say no, cool. Either way it go, I'm still going to be on my efforts to try and solidify, excuse me, try and get some type of order for the web reality space, for the bloggers, for the reviewers, for the cast members, for the producers, for the videographers, for the photographers in the space. That's where my effort is at now. All that past stuff, if you want to hold me, if you want to have a feel away about me from all the past stuff, stay in the past, die with the past. Because old Reese G is dead. Get in the grave with him. New Reese G is trying to use all of the strife and all the healing and all the lessons that he has learned, all the money that he has made, and put it into doing something better for these people in this space. Because there should be no reason why everybody in the space has tons and tons of numbers on their platforms. There should not be only one. And especially when people think that the ones at the top are the answer and they don't give y'all the answers to y'all questions. You want to learn how to get money and grant money? I can tell you. You want to know
Well,
how to get
Marco told us.
$12,000? I can tell you. You get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's where I'm at now. It's time. I'm grown, and
Hold on,
I'm
tell me. Shit, I need $12,000.
I could tell you privately. I ain't finna give a
Okay.
free 99 on here, but
Okay,
yeah,
let me tell you
I
something.
would
Hello.
never,
Things happen
I
for a
would never, I
reason
have
here.
never been a gatekeeper, and I will never gatekeep. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
There's no reason why we should be gatekeeping in a space where everybody claim they for everybody.
Hmm.
All of
You get what
y'all
I'm
are not
saying?
for everybody. It's some bulls. Like a lot of these people just fake. I'm sorry. I know that everybody's around community and stuff right now, but they're just phony as fuck. I'm
You
sorry.
remember when we did that live, Harviana, and we talked about Moose Carcass and how that bitch has like the
Moose
spirit
Carter.
of like crab in a barrel. Moose Carcass is Andario.
Oh, y'all not cool?
Girl, I've been reading her for like a year now, honey. She's get every piece of what I can give is what I give, girl. She's a nasty piece of work. Did you see that last part reunion for the last Atlanta? Did you see how
When
she
they was in
set
all
that up?
black. When they
No,
was in
did you
all
see
black.
how she set that foolishness up with Nova and Althea? Intentionally keeping that footage and then highlighting it just so at the end the backlash could shift from Nova to Althea, but it didn't work. The fact that
I
you
didn't see
held
that.
on to that and you
Did you see that?
maneuvered that way, that was a horrible, 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 nasty piece of work.
Oh yeah, I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah, she
I
thought it
hate
was going to be a
that.
bomb drop, but the fact that you knew it, so that means in real time, as you're filming Nova in the filth that poured from her cockroach mouth, you knew what was going to happen when Althea was saying all of this shit about misgendering the girls and reading the girls for their transition and stuff like that. You saved all of that towards the end because you wanted a shock and awe from an audience. With little do you realize, you buried yourself in that because it lets me know you have no morals and no ethics.
Well, see, I thought that I thought I didn't understand why there was another reunion. You know, because
Because
I didn't watch the two reunions. You know,
Dominique
it was two
Morgan,
parts, right?
yeah, Dominique Morgan showed up 40 hours late, so they didn't have. So they had to refilm. And I honestly, and this is no shade, I'm gonna give. We talking about giving people the things. I think Undario should have hosted from the beginning. And when I was talking to him, that was what originally he was talking.
He was a great host. I'll give him that.
He did good, and I like that part of the reunion. I feel like even the cast performed better. They looked worse, outfit wise, but they performed better.
Girl,
Um,
stop.
But no shade. And you know, I love me some Nova. I know me and YB different on that, but yes, overall, I think he did a great job with that. I think that they be, you know, I don't know why y'all try to go out and get these big names and like Jennifer from
I
Bad
know.
Girls Club and all of these folks who not even invested and could care less about any bitch sitting in that on that
Well, I'll
couch.
tell you why. I'll tell you why. They think that by getting these celebrities, it's going to bring views to it, and it's a clout chase. I mean, it's for clout. My thing is, you should be using these platforms to still give opportunities. The first completed reunion was hosted by a nobody that became a somebody for Atlanta, directed by me, hosted by Imani Van Zap. It was completed, and that was a person that nobody knew, but we took a chance on that particular person, and that's what it's all about. um
How is Derek doing?
he's great. I mean, he's of course, recovery is recovery. You never know how
Right.
long you're going to be in recovery, you know what I'm saying? But he's doing very well and getting back to figuring out other ways to keep his platform, you know what I'm saying? So but he's doing as well as he possibly can, if that makes sense.
No, I get it, honey. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed my banter and conversation with Imani, also known as,
Mhm.
Eric Dillard. But
Mhm.
I really do. And I really enjoyed that piece. And that has definitely been a conversation, even to this day, about that missing piece, as it is like Imani. And people even tried to put, what's his name, child? Sweet Home Alabama. What's his name?
The
Um,
therapist.
yeah, the therapist. They want to try to put him in there. I said, it ain't going to work, honey. You don't have the
Mm-mm.
pizzazz. You don't
and
even know
and
how to work a fan, bitch.
I and what I have to say is, with him, I think that I haven't watched the
And
episode, so
let
I
me
can't
express
fully
this. I
say.
love the first season of his show. I was actually one of the people that was going up for the show. I love the show.
Okay.
I just think that this audience is so immature and they love toxicity so much. The numbers were horrible for the season. And there was a lot of nuance and substance and depth that was going on. You know, that's my judge anyway. I love going in depth. Hello, God. And in the bedroom and in interviews. Hello, hello. But like, I really love the element. But when I look at the audience and what they live for, even myself, like I was going up when I was reading Dominique Morgan, her pale face ass scamming ass for filth. Girl, let me do a video on some relatable shit. Girl, 120
Yeah,
views, 200
right.
views. The girl, and it be just as funny and just as catchy. But just the girls love toxic. They love like this video right here. That first portion, the girls are gonna go up because YB was reading the whores from filth and blah blah blah. But girl, these girls don't be loving nothing of real substance, girl. They love that Zeus baddies bullshit, that toxic trash. It's kind of hard to get these girls
Well,
out of that mindset.
I will say this, and this is something else that's unfortunate. When I had my spinoff, The Retreat, Chasing After the Retreat, and we introduced
Which I
that
live for.
we and we
Justice League, we did
introduced
our thing with that too. Shout out to
yeah,
them.
thank you. And shout out to Ebby for when I brought it back. She was, giving. I think all of y'all were honestly giving me my things on that, and I appreciate that. But I think that when that particular element is introduced to a platform to add versatility to it, you have to stay consistent with it. But then it was like this hard left turn, and it was just like all of this rah rah rah, where it started to come off like, baddies. you know ain't nothing wrong with baddies. I actually watch it, it's entertaining, but as a producer, I watch it with the producer eye, and I watch it with a viewer eye. And I think that there was room for it at the time, and at the time there was so many opportunities for things. When I helped create Just Lauren, when I named that show, when I helped produce that show, that was also, it was tea with that too, that started to be a breakdown of our friendship
You
at the
did?
time. Mhm.
I had no idea you had anything to do with Just Lauren. I guess, like, or are you in the credits?
I don't know. I don't know, because that's
Girl,
when
let
the
me tell you
falling out
something.
happened.
Even though I read her for many years, and I even read her while I was reviewing that show was a cackle, a hoot and a holler, and it gave some honey. When that girl left out of the big old city, honey, of Atlanta with them trash bags with that repo sticker on her car, bitch, half perched off with a 6-piece wing, girl, driving on her back home, girl. I hollered, and I just it was
So
just oh, girl, I
I
hollered.
with that show, I named that show because they couldn't figure
Okay.
out a name. At the time, I went to Alabama. We got a hotel. Ontario and I got a hotel. I flew into Atlanta. We drove down to Alabama. I directed green screens. I asked questions. The whole watching it back thing was the beginning, like when she was watching herself back, her old self, with her dead name. She was watching all that. That was an element that I added. Me and her dad had a great relationship because he reminded me of my dad. So I kind of clung to him a little bit when I was there. Her mama was a hoot. Her dad, I told Lauren, I was like, girl, you need to, because her dad knows how to make hookahs out of old liquor bottles, like, like big Ciroc
Oh,
bottles and
wow.
stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And so I was like, girl, y'all need to brand this and do this. And I thought that that was so interesting to me. Um, but yeah, I was there. But that was also the beginning of something else because I had saw on Underio's iPad because I had his iPad and I was asking questions. I saw his iPad, him and a conversation between him and Markel, and they were bashing me. And so I didn't say anything about it. I rode back to Atlanta, got on my flight, came back home. The following week or so was when Chasing Dallas season 3 was airing. And that's when everything kind of started to break down between he and I. But he never knew that I saw those messages either.
You went snooping and found something. Is what happened.
I didn't go snooping. What happened was a text message came through, and when all your Apple devices are connected, it'll pop
Yeah,
down
yeah.
at the top. And I
Well, what they
said,
saying? Tell me what they said. What were they saying?
he was saying in the messages that I didn't have green screens in on time, I didn't have footage in on time, and they were kikiing back and forth about it. And I was like, why is she saying this when all of my shit is done and in on time? And the
And
reason why,
Markel was a cast member at the time, right?
yes, he was a cast member at the time, but he also had Lovers and Friends. So he was a EP and creator
Of
of
another
that
show.
show. So,
Yeah.
and then he was building that relationship with him and then would later be what it is today. But yeah, I remember that very vividly because I called Ariel and she was like, well, girl, you can't say nothing because you wasn't supposed to be reading them text messages. I said, okay. And I called Roderick, my
Girl, y'all
producer.
better than me. I would have shook the table like K Michelle and threw a candle at a bitch's head. Girl,
I
light it
mean,
up.
I would this was literally, and I will pay if y'all go back and look at timestamps. This was the day after the season 3 trailer aired for Chasing Dallas season 3, because the day that it aired, I got a phone call from Robert Ray, and he was going off on me saying that I was trying to make him look like he was a PUSSY. And I was just like, what do you mean? Because of the way that the voiceover was edited for Eric, and then he had said something. So he didn't, of course, he didn't know anything about how production goes. And he was going in, and then my mama read me out. She read me out because she was like, "When the fuck you start letting people talk to you like that?" And I was like, "Well, mom, you said I can't go to jail because that was our promise. Like I wouldn't come out here and fight because I used to fight all the time in Atlanta." And so because she's like, "I can't get you out of jail," so that's really most of the reason why I didn't really go off on people because I was very very tempted with a couple of folks. So,
Mm.
but yeah,
Nick, Dre Simber released some messages about Andario talking about Markel.
oh,
I
did
mean,
it?
Reese, don't y'all talk about Markel?
Currently, no, but we had, yeah, when he
Oh
was coming to
no.
town, yeah. Hmm.
I love how you snuck that in there, girl. I know that's right. But you know what though? There is something to be said. Like I said this a while ago. Like when y'all wake up and realize that y'all are just being talked about, like even
Do
with the
y'all not get
motherfuckers.
mad?
Like I would flip a table, girl. Like these supposed to be y'all supposed to be friends, girl. And y'all out here treachery at its finest, girl. Like y'all, this is like, what do they do with the pirates of the ship, girl? Like y'all trying to motherfucking what's that word, honey? Trying to take over the boat, girl, or whatever. A mutiny, girl. Like, off with y'all head, girl.
Well,
What is the tea?
at the
And then he does the
time,
same thing. Look what Oliver said. Look what Q said. Look what all Kendra. Look what all these people have talked about in their aftermath of dealing with this particular individual. And this is why I say, you know what? Whether all of y'all are the same or not, because what was Goose? What was good? Let's tell the truth. What was good for the Goose was definitely good for the gander when
Correct.
all of y'all were friends. So
yeah,
I feel like that spirit lives in all of y'all at some point. But you kind of see what the real shit is when the shit really hits the fan. It seems like Andario truly is that common denominator, though.
I will say, as far as my experience, when it comes down to friendship, because I'm not close to my family like that, and especially when my dad went on, my mama's gone on, I disconnect from family because family did them wrong, so I don't appreciate the family. Fuck the family. But and so
Because
I
Mm.
hold
Faith fucked the
friends.
family child.
Okay, the family fuck my husband. But when it comes down to friendships, I hold friendships very dear. I have long-term friendships. So when they were saying stuff like I can't keep friends, you remember all of that stuff. It was just like, well, y'all say that, but the people that I have been friends with, even connected to the show, we've been friends for 2 and 3 years already. And so I tried to mend fences with those people, and it just, I thought we was mended, but then I hear stuff from the journalists about what they done said, and I'm like, well, do you got to prove? And they say yeah, and then they show me the tea, and I said, okay, well, now I know. It's very Shamia and Portia, me being Portia. It's just like, girl, why though? I done gave you everything. I literally have given you everything that I had, and then
Do
you going
you
through
do,
this.
do you think that she's gotten the big head because she's lost weight now? Because I see a difference in persona and personality. Unless this all, I feel like it's already lived within her, but she just didn't feel confident enough because she was carrying around that boulder-sized waist, and it was just killing her.
Ah,
It
bitch.
came in handy when she was catching chairs midair during those pit fights in the early seasons of Atlanta. But now that she's a frail girl, it seems like she's really out
I
here trying to.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't think her
Okay,
appearance has anything to do with it.
she always been that way.
I think that I think that people have.
And I want to make this clear. This is we don't have Reese up here just to bash Andara. We're just running through some questions,
And if
bitch.
people take it as a bash, I don't give a damn.
I
But
mean,
I
yeah, they'll
think
be all
that
right.
because
Y'all know I
somebody
don't like
will.
that bitch anyway.
I think what I truly think happened was along the way somewhere. It was like, because y'all know we was thick as thieves, and what we were when we were doing things together, it was excellent. And so when she spoke up first about how our friendship was going, and then because all of our, let's be clear, the reason I'm not there anymore had nothing to do with professionalism. It had everything to do with personal friendship. It had nothing to do with what I was doing over there,
Well,
because y'all know.
she
Did
said
you ever feel like that was your friend at any point? Like, do you really feel?
Absolutely,
Okay.
she
absolutely.
liked Reese. She liked Reese, but she said it because
Absolutely.
their
Like
work was trash.
that
She
was
said
my
their work.
girl.
She said the
That was
work.
my girl. Markel was my girl. And so when first that bitch hate me, then this hoe hate me, and somehow they link up and they become friends. Like, how, bitch, pipe down. That's exactly where I was at with that, because it was like, how did this happen? And I just never could. But when you have a common enemy, I'm alpha of a bitch. When you when you make somebody a common enemy, it is what it is. So I don't think that it has anything to do with her appearance. I think that unfortunately some people gave her the big head, and it's leaning towards Olympus falling completely. And I think that there has to be some type of something. I'm so scared, like you said, pride. What is it? Pride coming before the fall. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know when the fall is going to happen, but I'm fearful of the fall because it's going to be big, because you have done all of these things with your platform successfully, but you've lost the plot now. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And that's me speaking as humbly as I can. We just got to get back to the plot when it comes down to that platform. Just get back to the plot, because I there needs to be, because it's one of the biggest ones. It's the second biggest one. So why not get back to the plot for the people? This ain't about you. I was always getting bashed and reprimanded because I was going live and doing interviews and all of this stuff. But I'm like, but I am a cast member, and I just so happen to also be the producer. So, but those two things were always separate. And
Mm.
so, but now now y'all are jumping to that because the Raven Simone is not there no more. And it's not panning out well for you, unfortunately. So I really hope that something happens before. I don't want nobody to fall and lose their livelihood. But I don't even think that this is necessarily the livelihood, so to speak. But at the same time, I just don't know how you could be where you are and continue to not. It's like a hamster wheel. You know, you're just doing the same thing over and over again. What is it? Insanity is when you do the same thing over and over again
And
and
expect
expect
different,
different results.
different results.
And
Mm.
so that's where it's at. And I personally don't want to do the same thing over and over again at all. At all. So that's why I made the choice to make these changes for myself, because I'm mid 30. I have lived halfway through my life now. I'm not going to continue to do this. I'm not going to continue to do it. I'm going to say what I mean and mean what I say. And if anybody wants to check me on it or anything like that, you're not going to get an arm's length of me because y'all haven't done it yet. And then on top of that, show me your work. Don't try to discredit me. Go get more credits. And I've said that before.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm doing is going and getting more credits. Even though the morning after ain't here no more, I could say I did a morning show. It didn't
But
work
so
out.
this is
That's
the
it.
thing too about that. I like that methodology. However,
Hmm.
when you do stuff, you don't want to just do stuff just to say I did it. You want to do something and say that I did it well.
Hmm.
It was
And I
success.
did.
So
I've done it. I did whatever I have ever done. When you see the first to the last of whatever I've done, it has been progressively better. It may
okay.
not have gone on for a long time, but I can still take that and go somewhere else with it. My balloon pop show,
It did good, but it stopped. You do
it
good, and
stopped.
then you had the other two shows that you said that you are gonna. I don't know if you're gonna still bring it back. The what you call them, the unfinished products or projects.
Mhm, unfinished. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
series. Uh-huh.
the unfinished, your series. You're gonna
Mhm.
bring those things back. What is it that is your passion then? Like, what is it that you want besides? Because Chasing Dow's is a thing of the past, right? It's
Mhm.
an amazing thing that you contributed to. They got a plaque. You got a shout out. All the things. What is it that you want to now be known for?
That is a very good question. Come on, journalist. That's a very good question. That is an excellent question. I think what I want to be known for is being a mouth for people that can't speak up, being an advocate. And I've always said that my advocacy was through my work as a producer. I did my term doing the nonprofit thing, learned some things, stepped away because that wasn't what it was supposed to be for me. And I think that it takes a self aware person to know when it's time to leave or when it's time to stop something. So I always credit myself to that. But I want my Emmy and my GLAAD award. So how reality television is just now getting recognized on Emmy stages. So that's what I'm working towards. How I'm going to get there, I don't know, but it's not about the money necessarily. It's about the reach, and my influence is here. My impact is definitely there. So now it's about being strategic in how I get it, how I do things. Because let's with Real Hot Boys of Houston, let's just say y'all saw the first iteration. Let's say the second iteration is way better. That's something else that I can add to my resume and my portfolio to say if Curtis wait, his name Jackson. If Kurt Jackson called me today and say, hey, what can you do? I can say I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. And YouTube is not the end all be all. It's just access to a streaming platform that you don't have to pay for. And that's how I look at it. Because my wish was never to be a producer, but now that I'm in it, I'm an advocate that uses production to advocate for Black gay people or Black LGBTQ folk.
And I like what you said, but now I'm going to push back on it a bit
Okay.
because it seems like if that's your passion, because I did watch the Hot Boys of Houston trailer. I didn't watch the first iteration. I mean, well,
Mhm.
what I've been told is it's the same thing. It's like it's the same show. Like it's not like this was new filming that was taking place in
Mhm.
Houston. It's the same thing. So if you join on board, I'm assuming that you watched it and seen that it had potential.
Mhm.
When you bring back a show, why wouldn't you have just done a revamp with the Reese G touch? And that means new filming, maybe some old new cast. You know, why wouldn't you join that way as opposed to just putting out and doing a different edit of the same product?
Because that's what I want to do. People can say how it should be done. People can say, "Oh, you should have went down there and recast the show and then brought it back and all that stuff." It takes money to do that stuff. I don't have the money to do that, and there are people that don't want to invest without proof of concept, and I already know that. So why not affirm the people and the team that did it first, release unseen footage to make the show better, and put my spin on it that way? I'm not here to do what people expect me to do anymore. I'm going to do what I feel like is right. And if people watch it, cool. If people don't, cool. But at the end of it, as long as the creator of that show is satisfied and he respects what I've done with it, and I can take that and go somewhere else and say, hey, this is what I've done. I've already done a docuseries. Now let's do another one. Let's do something else. So I'm
So
not
you're
going to.
pleasing the client, not pleasing what pays in production of anything. The viewers, you know, at this point, people are bored.
Mhm.
So if to me, and this is just me spitballing here, people are asking for good web reality content. There are people who are still invested in this level of content. So if people are invested in this level of content, they're saying they want more shows. They want people
Mhm.
with more solidified careers, jobs. They want to see new faces. They want to see bigger personalities. They're putting out the ideas. You say that you're a producer. Are you catering more so to a client, i.e., a Tide, or are you going to appease these thousands of people who love web reality and are looking for the next best show?
I can't I will never be able to please everybody, and I'm
Right,
never going to be chasing the dollar because YouTube doesn't. I'm not in the YouTube space for the money. I'm in the YouTube space for the advocacy. So and the access that I've created to that. But to directly answer your question, the viewers on my platform with Revoice are excited to see what I got to bring. So if they're excited to see it, then I can only cater to what they are looking for. And I know that it's long form reality based content because that's what people know me for, or
right,
that's how this world was introduced to me. When you say the things that you described have been warmed over several times with aspiring this chasing in the literal term, people
right.
are seeing the same thing over and over again. What I'm going to put out is going to be different from whatever else is out, and if people choose to watch it, great. Whether it's old footage, whether it's footage you ain't never seen, whether it came out years ago or not, everybody has the choice to watch it. But I know that on my platform with Revoice, people are excited to support Reese G. And so when they look at something that Reese G put out, they're going to respect it and hopefully enjoy it. And if they don't, they'll tell me. And then I'll go back to the drawing board and do something else. But if I do an ensemble cast show, my initial thought is not to do the same thing that I've already done. I've already showed y'all that I can show people going after their dreams and actually catching their dreams, so they won't have to run after them or chase them anymore. I've already done that for y'all, so why not do something else? I want to do a show, and then two, it's funding too. You
Right.
got coin. So
Let
if
me
you ever want to
man,
come on and do a project with me, please, after you finish that degree, You still work, you still in school. After you
Yes.
get done with that, if you want to put some of that military money over on one of these projects and invest, baby, let me tell you something. You can come on. But I know for me, I got a condo I'm paying for. I got other things that I have to do where I have to budget out and be smart with my money because I'm literally the only person doing it. I don't have a team of people that are offering up their time like say a chasing reality would. I don't have like these oop, boy. I don't have these people that are saying yeah, 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 yeah like that anymore. I have to be able to show I have to be able to show people
You
that
straight.
I'm just saying, I have to have the people that I work with now, I have to follow through with what they are needing. So I understand that the viewership and the viewers and the supporters are wanting to see all this, and I definitely will cater to the people that are watching me and my supporters. But
Mhm.
what they're asking of me, they're not what they're asking of an Ondario, a Karan, a Greg. Any all those other people, they're not asking the same thing from me. What they want to see is that I ain't give up. They want to see resilience from me. They want to see me actually put out something to show that, okay, they did all that to you, but you still. And that's what I'm leaning on because I'm still here. Yes, that's where I'm at. So it's not about me appeasing a following that honestly is not big enough yet for me to appease. Now, if I had 100,000 subscribers and they are expecting to see this particular thing because that's the bread and butter, of course. But I'm at 3,000, 3,000 and some change. I ain't even hit 5 or 10 yet. When I start getting that and actually seeing what the people want, because that's still something else that people got to understand. Put out podcasts. People don't want to see podcasting from me. People
But
don't
you
want to
still put them
see,
out though. But you still put
right.
them out. Reese G will put out a damn podcast. If I don't know nothing else about you, you'll put out a podcast.
Yeah, and so it's I put out things that I want to try for myself so that I know I'm gonna throw the spaghetti at the wall. If it stick, it's done, cool. If it fall off, then move on to something else. And so when people look at podcasting, I invested in the mics, I invested in the camera. I learned I self-taught myself how to edit so that people can see you can potentially do it too. There's a show I'm working with in Indianapolis where I consult for them and tell them how they do it. Whether the show come out or not with them, at least
Oh,
I
are you working with them? I know who you're talking about.
I've
That's
consulted the check clear.
cool.
But I mean, well, there's a couple of shows in Indianapolis. It's just a couple. But so that's what I'm more so focused on. Like I can't be at the beck and call of people looking for them to wish I did something. People just want to see me on camera and they want to be entertained by me, which is why hey,
I think
the
at
Elite
the
Battle is coming. Y'all are gonna see me on camera again on another show on the Elite Battle with Our View TV. So I'm gonna give y'all that, but at the same time, it's still a collaborative effort for people within this space and this community. So and that's where I'm standing at. If I offended some people, talk to the Lord.
now let's get into the ego. So you said that people want to see you on camera. That is true, but also some people say that they would like you to be better because you've been named as the best casting in EP. Because I did a poll and it was like 150, 200 votes, whatever it was. And people voted you out of all of the rest of the people as the best
They
casting
always
director.
do.
Right. So are you going to play more so because there are people who like you behind the camera and putting these shows out, then there's people who like to see you create all the bullshit you create on the show. Where do you land in that? Which area or arena are you gonna cater to more?
Both. I'm gonna do it evenly. Why not? I failed already on both sides, so I take the lessons. I take the lessons and I learn from them. And so now when I come back on camera, behind the camera, I know what I need to be successful. I know what to say in front of the camera. If anybody wants to criticize me for doing both, because I mean, there's an ensemble cast show that I got in the clutch where I'm gonna be in front of the camera and behind the camera. I listen. Either you're gonna watch it and support me, or you're gonna watch it and bash. Either way it goes, at least my content reached you somehow. And internally, whatever you think about it and whatever you internalize, that's on you. But I know that I put my best foot forward with everything that I've done so far. And then my missteps, I've apologized for some things. I've taken accountability for a lot of it. And I've been vindicated from through all the lies that have been told about me. So at this point, it's up from here.
Mm.
And people
Okay.
might not like that answer, but I mean, hey, bless them.
Well, God bless them, honey. They'll be okay.
Hmm. But
Child,
this was
look
fun.
here. This hello, God. You know it's girl. The water has ran clear, so that is
Yes,
time for me
Lord. Come
to
on, clear
hallelujah.
water.
Glory, shining
Yes.
up on by, honey.
Did you deworm?
Girl, I
Deworm.
technically the cleanse of the weekend has been deworming. Hell, girl, I
Yes,
had my
sir.
I hit up my little juice spot, honey. Got an extra large, honey, ginger smoothie, girl. Huh, hello.
And YB, you look fabulous, honey. Whenever you on
Thank you
camera,
so
I catch you, and
much.
you done slimmed. Like, listen, I love to see the progression, like people
You
changing. You know what I'm
remember what I
saying?
looked like, girl? You remember?
Yeah, I do,
Ooh,
and
child,
I think you look.
nobody told me, girl.
Well, I think you were.
Woo.
I think you were confident in what you look like then, and you're even more confident in the way you look now. So I mean, I think that that's fine.
Girl, that was
I
fake
don't judge.
confidence. That was fake confidence. Let's just tell
Oh,
the
I ain't.
truth.
Well,
You know,
child.
that way a bitch can't get you together. You're gonna relish in that fake confidence. That way,
Well, girl, go get your Starry Award for the best
you
acting
know,
role.
huh? Bitch, I was depressed fat cunt.
But I
I
mean,
No.
sure the hell was.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. And Harviana, I have noticed. You giving like a more masculine look lately?
I play in between. I never thought that I was gonna be a makeup, long lash wearing whore in my 40s. I never
Mm.
pictured.
You in your 40s?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I was
That's why
gonna
I still put
say.
a lash on now. But yeah, you grow out of that shit. The wigs are hot, like you just kind of tone
Oh,
it
I
down a
know.
bit. And then as I'm growing professionally, like that Instagram that I have, there will be no more. Like I've already
Mm.
kind of that. That's why I'm not even reviewing shows. I'm no longer invested in this because it's really amateur talent. And oh, that sounds bad. But
Hmm.
amateur and like, why am I sitting here going back and forth about who does coke for Dallas? Like who did a coke? I snorted lines before the scene. Like why am I talking about that? And then the whole DBA program. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just elected to not. And from what I've heard, they even doing that in LA. They talking about Trey Howard nose being stuffed, but
Mm. That's
allegedly.
crazy.
What?
But so I just that's why I do, that's why I'm tapping out of the web world. I think it's just kind of still immature. And for people like Mother to be 40 years old in scooter skirts, dressing in hand-me-down, looking like
Okay.
Gladys Knight and the Pips all together,
Ooh.
incorporated, it's like foolish. And Mother
Not on that midnight train to Georgia, bitch.
respect to Mother, I like her, but shit, you 40, girl, like, and you don't have, and like, you don't have anything going on. And
You know.
what interests me, like with Markel, that's why I know you say give girls their flowers, but it's like Markel, I'm really intrigued to know, like, what is interesting you about these characters? Why are you bringing these
Well,
characters?
I will say this, and I'm not defending anyone, but I will say, from what I know of several cast members from Chasing Dallas that have come through since I've left, they do have a lot going on, but y'all don't have access to see that, if you get what I'm saying.
But why
And
come on? Why can't we cash you? It's kind of like how Shamia. Shamia, how she was saying that her husband didn't want to film, but this Real Housewives of Atlanta, then you got the situation where people can't film with their children, and that's why they get friend roles and like people like Fallon and stuff where their husband didn't want to film. Like if you can't show it, then we can't cast you.
Well, I don't think it's a factor of people not being able to show it. I think it's a factor of it not being produced. And I know for a fact there are several things that did not that could have been filmed that that production said no to coming and filming on several people. So, and this is not bashing him as a producer. I'm just saying, if I tell you, if I call you, if Harviana and YB are producing a show that I'm on, and I say, hey, I'm finna go and meet up with Beyonce and have a conversation, and you don't show to film it, then people are gonna think all I'm doing on a show is just arguing with people all the time.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that to be true about several cast members on different platforms.
Girl, you
So,
remember what the kids said down to the Chasing Atlanta this past season? They said they had a lot of opportunities, but those were X'd out in order to focus on Foo La La.
I
mhm.
will say with Atlanta, I was there when they filmed the Pride event, and Dario and me, we did have drinks. We went out, had drinks, had a good time. And he went to sleep and didn't show up to film it.
Well,
But he got, I think Jamar showed up and they had the footage. It was Kendall's performance. They didn't for when he performed at Pride. So that's why people were talking about the audio and stuff being off. And yeah,
that's audio.
no shade, but but yeah, Undario had went to
Not what
sleep.
I was fired for.
Um, well, yeah, that
And let's
was.
be clear, seasons 1 through 3 only had one late episode.
But he probably
But I
was
was
receiving
surprised.
a real. He received a real profit off that too. That was a motivating factor. Shit, if you getting the show from 150,000 views and now you down to 40, like bitch, I'm gonna take my time with it too. Like, cause you ain't making no money off of that. You
But I
know.
mean, bless them. I wish them well. The water is clear, YB. So have your fool la la. I gotta I gotta do a drop right now. That's why these lights is up. I've
Ooh,
been
I know
talking
that's
about.
right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, but
Fine.
YB, I'm gonna DM you and we're gonna talk about something and something that I wanted to talk to you about very,
Okay.
very soon.
I look forward to it. I appreciate your time here this evening. Thank you, Harviana, for also joining in the conversation, honey, getting to the tea, bitch, period.
Hmm.
Thank y'all so much. I really do love this. This was impromptu as hell, but I love how impromptu turns out the way that it has. So,
And YB, I will forever appreciate you for always holding my feet to the fire because it taught me a lot. And I will, I always appreciate that. And Harviana, I caught that live that you did after Justin did his video, and I appreciate that too. So I thank y'all for those moments.
No
you're
problem.
very welcome, honey.
Yeah.
All right, YB.
Y'all,
Wrap.
yeah.
Be safe. Bye.
Oh, I will, honey. Now that I'm no longer
Say
feeling
bye,
under the weather,
Toby.
it's
Bye.
take care, y'all.
All right.
Bye. Chat, thank you guys so much for joining in this impromptu live. I really do appreciate you guys
Hmm.
so much. You guys be blessed, never stressed. Know that health is truly wealth. Enjoy your work week,
Anyway,
honey. You guys do what you got to do,
I
okay?
created the media
Love
training
you
class. Like, girl,
guys.
got
Take
it.
care.
Mm.
Bye.
Think you finna come and do me? Girl, please. You better